Aw, damn. Can't take it every goddamn time, bro. And
See, there we go. Hold on.
god damn.
There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, now I gotta get your voice right.
Now your hype is all gone. You sounding old and crusty. You sounding original
Oh,
now.
oh, no, they can hear
You
you now.
sound original.
They can hear your sorry ass. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, the crossover is live, and as you can see, the person over here on the other side of me, on the right side. Now I don't know where he is on. Hold on, let me look right fast. Yeah, he's still on the right side of me. Okay, hold on, let me change that
Old
real.
ass. You just
What?
sounding older by the second.
I am, man.
Damn.
I'm an old ass man. Hold on, now I messed up the camera. Hold on, let's see. God dang.
No.
All right, hold on. All right, here we
This
go.
is tragic.
Oh my God. I shouldn't even mess with anything. Why did I do that? Why did I do that? Why did I do that? Anyway, we're live while I fix the camera to make sure that we're moving because they got you just grinning at me while I have this half grin of fear
Damn.
and pain going on right now. Look, we have a lot to
Yeah, face
discuss.
is tight. Face
Uh,
is tight.
I know it's looking pretty tight. Like, yo, what's happening right here? Okay, hold on. Let's come on now. All right, there we go. We back. Yeah, all right. So what's going on, crossover? Finally back over here on this end. I know that I was on vacation mode. I'm back on podcasting mode. I'm back on doing this mode. I know that there was no fight night last night. There was a reason for it, and that was Starfield. But I will post some fight night tonight. We're gonna do double duty, baby. I'm gonna come back and I'm going. The only reason this is why I didn't do fight night last night. I'm upset about it because if I post anything of Mortal Kombat on YouTube, they're going to flag me. They're going to flag me, and that pisses me off. Why? Why? I put the stuff in saying this is an adult. This is adult content, and they still get me. So I will be doing Fight Night Sunday tonight, and I'll be going through the Mortal Kombat story. I was going to do that last night, but then I kind of got frustrated, and then I was like, you know what? I'm knee deep into Starfield, doing what I do. You know what I'm saying? Cooking weight, pushing. You know what I'm saying? Cooking it, pushing. you know what I'm
You
saying? I
stupid.
got the yayo going, man. Listen. You know what I'm saying? I'm on my you know what I'm saying? I'm on my Frank Lucas, man. I'm doing my thing.
Holla at Yannick.
I'm ready to, yeah, I'm hollering at that boy Yannick. So when I get Yannick, I'm gonna get him. When I say I'm gonna get him, I'm gonna get him. I'm setting him up so I can get him out of here so I can move on up. I'm also doing the corpo stuff. I already have a plan. I'm on Neon City. I say that's where my base of operations is gonna be. I have it all planned out. I've moved up now to where I've done enough espionage for this company to where now I'm talking to the CEO, and now I'm gonna take her out. And just like I told that little hot chick, like, see, and this ham, we just was discussing this not too long ago. Like, I did not see. Of course, you can't romance everybody. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of people love Sarah and all
Man, you
that.
finna talk
Sarah's
about
dope.
that right now.
Yeah, I got to do that now because you know what? Everybody loves Sarah.
Ah,
Sarah's cool. I like Sarah, but you know what? I got a thing for what's her name?
it's I'm a gene.
I'm Jean. I'm Jean is fierce. She talks some good shit. She's nasty. And I keep breaking her down by every job that I'm doing. And I keep telling her she's going to work for me when it's all said and done. I'm on my Nino Brown, son. I'm about to do
Mm-hmm.
this. I'm on my
I
Nino
was saying
Brown. I'm
the
about to
same
do
stuff.
it.
I
Bro,
was whispering them sweet nothings.
yes. And I told her, I'm a Gene. You're going to work for me. And she's like, just do this and do this. And then she takes me to the CEO. I see the CEO, powerful woman. I'm looking at that. I love it, right? I love it. Diversity, powerful women making moves. But I got to take her over. This is going to be a K Mega area. Neon is going to be K Megas. And when it's done, I'm a Gene, even though I can't romance it. Man, set that shit up, Starfield and Bethesda. Get it, because I want I'm a Gene to be on my team. I like
Mm-hmm.
Sarah, but I want I'm a Gene. What do you feel
Man,
about
too
that,
bad you
Ham?
can't. Too bad you can't show that picture that I posted of I'm a gene.
Yeah.
I mean, I could send it to you if you
Oh, you can
want,
you can you can
because
send it to me, dirty bastard. You can do that. You can do that.
oh man, oh of course, the old girl fine for a video game character.
You know
It
what?
reminded me, as a matter of fact, I'm gonna send you this, and
Uh-huh.
then I'm gonna send you who it reminds me of,
Let's go.
and you're gonna be like, okay,
Okay.
you're gonna be like, I can see it. Just don't show him the picture above.
Oh, no. You know what? I should cook you, but I won't. I won't. I will not. I will not. I should cook you. I should cook you. I should let everybody who knows what the real ham solo is. You know what I'm saying? But I will not. I will not. I will keep who you are and what your persona is on YouTube as safe.
Oh
Just
man,
like
you making me sound like I'm hiding like crazy.
but just
But I
like
mean, come on.
but just like Sony, I got the leaks. I got the leaks. I'm ransom ED right now. What is that? Ransom Ed, I think that's what they're called. You know what I'm saying? And I got the receipts, and I'm about, and you know what I'm saying. And if I don't get a little bit of payment, you know what I'm saying? Maybe when the day Ham Solo decides when he gets bigger than K Mega and GRG and all that, and he flies up and he's up there in the 20,000s and stuff like that, and he looks down upon me like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I think I remember being on GRG. It was such a small stint. I remember doing some work with K Mega, but it was such a small stint. I don't remember anything about that dude. I got those receipts. I'm about to get you. No, I'm playing. Anyway, what's going on, Ham Solo? How you doing, brother? What's going on, man?
Man, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I sent you those two photos so you can
Okay.
do your work.
No. I'll hold. Oh yeah, I'll
But
check them out. I'm checking them out right now.
but bro, I've just been on the Starfield tip like crazy. Like that's all that I've been really playing. My wife's been playing Halo every
Yeah,
damn
I was
day.
hearing her
She
going
tried to
in
play.
last night, or was it Saturday? Was it Saturday or last night? I can't
I
remember
don't
which night
know.
it
They
was. Yeah, she was
they
going
they
in.
all run together because she's playing Halo every day. So
Love
it
it.
could have been last night. It could have been the night before. I don't know. But she's playing that Valorant and right now I think she's in the front room playing that Texas Chainsaw Massacre game
Ah,
from Game
impressive.
Pass. So she is eating up that Game Pass right now. It is good. She enjoying it. She liking it, and she's meeting people online. Without me having to sit there and you know I really appreciate that she's enough of a gamer to know how to use the community button. That was wild to me. I was like, "How you end up talking to those people?" And then she showed me what she did, and I was like, "Ah, okay, I see what you're doing. Talking to people within the community and stuff like that, building
Let,
her
let,
own, crew and stuff.
Let's
I
look at
love it.
that.
I love
Let's look at that. Let's look at that. You are absolutely correct. Now, if you ain't played Starfield yet or got to this area or this part, this is who I'm talking about. I'm a Gene. I want her. This is who I want. This is who I want. I want her because she's nasty. And you know what? I like a. For me personally, for in real life, I like a no nonsense, just just a badass woman, like just a woman that do not take anything. I love it, right? And so for me, that's who this chick in the game. That's I'm like, oh, Sarah is nice and she gets mad at you, yeah, but then she gets cool with you and shit like that. Like that's cool, right? I like Sarah, but this is who I like because she's nasty and I like a challenge because she's up, she's high standing, she's been in the gutter, now she's on the top, and now that's who I would because in real life that's who I would try to be getting. That's who I would try to go after is her. And you are right. I will have to say, him, she does look that she does favor her. Yes, she does.
Yeah,
She does. She does.
I seen that other woman
Yeah.
in Rush Hour.
Yeah. Yeah.
I believe it is either Rush Hour 1 or 2. I think it was Rush Hour 1
Hmm.
because I remember that was around the time of the movie where dude said he's like, "I got glaucoma."
Oh shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know you remember that
Yeah, I do
part.
remember that. I do remember that. Oh man. Oh yeah, but no, that Amagine is who I want. Like I'm doing a lot of espionage and crazy stuff over there. And like I said, Neon's Pleasure City is where I'm at, son. Operations. I want to make my base there. I want to put everything there. I'm doing all the other stuff out there, but this is for me. I want everything to be in place. So when it's going to be K Mega's Neon Palace when I'm done. I'm gonna take out the big man. I'm gonna take them all out. You know what I'm saying? But first, I really want to get rid of what's his name, the dude that I'm over here slinging that thing for right now.
Yannick.
Yannick, yeah, I can't stand him. I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna plug his ass. I ain't even playing with you. I kind of sometimes when he talks to me, I just want to just pull out the strap and just blast his ass on sight.
He talks in third person, and I don't like
yeah,
that.
yeah. He's annoying. He's annoying. I want to get his ass. I want to get him on GP just because. But I'm playing my position, and so how this is going to play out. And then there was something because the in the activities it keeps telling me to go cook, go cook some material. You know what I'm saying? Some chemicals. So I go do it, and I'm like, man, I've done this a million times. But there was something that happened last night that was different because now the syndicate is jumped involved. Like right when I was going to pick up the package in a secret location, the syndicate was sitting there waiting on me. There was a chick sitting right on the package, and she was like, "Oh, was you looking for this?" And then they started blasting on me. So now I see that this is going to be something that's going to get even more intense. So okay, I'll keep playing the little guy while I'm over here doing this other stuff with the espionage stuff, getting up here. Like I said, I'm up here now with the CEO. I keep doing some other stuff. I'm on my Robin Hood, take from the rich, give it to the poor. You know what I'm saying? I got other things that I got going on in the game. See, this is what's crazy about Starfield. And I know this is not nothing about the topics that we're talking about, but I just have to say, the scenarios that happens within those side missions, you can definitely tell, and that's what's Witcher-esque to me, or even Mass Effect-esque, but more Witcher-esque, is that it's all gonna come to a head at some point. I don't know about what's going on with the story, but because I really haven't tracked as much stuff going to the story yet. I got one artifact, but I need a lot more. But from my point of view, from what I'm doing so far, is that the things that I'm doing is going to impact stuff that's going to happen later on in the game. Is that somewhat true, or what from your perspective? Because I know you already beat the game, the story mode aspect.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
you nailed it.
Okay.
You nailed it. Like, so some of the side stuff
Mm-hmm.
is kind of getting you ready for what to possibly expect in New Game Plus, but it's just a little bit different, like it's just different. I don't want to sit here and spoil anything for anybody that's like looking forward to it and doesn't want to know peep about it. So that's really where I'm going to leave off, because it just, once you get to the end of the game, you're going to be like, I know what's happening now. This is wild. This is crazy. And like, that's why you're hearing people say, I beat this game 4 times, 5 times. And somebody's saying, oh, you don't really understand until you beat it 10 times. Like, it makes sense. You wait until you get to that, to those last few missions where you're understanding who is who and what is what and where things came from. You're gonna be like, man, you're gonna feel you're gonna feel kind of silly, but like it kind of makes you want to engage in New Game Plus. It's definitely Starfield. I feel like has done New Game Plus in a way that very few or any games have been able to really do. And I don't see and see it right now. It's so early that it came out like a month ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like more or less the people that know that are scared to talk about that, because once you actually talk about it, you're revealing the game. Just kind of is what it is, bro. Like I just can't really say much
Right,
more
right,
than
right,
that.
right, right, right. I get it. I get
Like,
it. I get it.
but here, like I'd say 20 beginning of 2024, I'd be comfortable with talking about it.
Oh yeah, no,
Like,
because yeah, if you haven't got to that point at that point, yeah, then it's understandable. Okay, well, anyway, that's really wasn't a topic, but I just wanted to, because I just wanted to let people know who I really wanted, because I just like I like a chick that's more difficult to deal with. You know what I'm saying? So I can use the mouthpiece to get her. That's what I like. I like it. I like strong-headed women. I do. I just that's my thing. Anyway, but we definitely are going to be talking about this. I see people in the chat talking about the hacker situation. That is definitely something, because the stuff that we were talking about last night that we were going to talk about, most of that is scratched. Some news, but what's funny, and the first thing that we'll talk about, because we definitely going to talk about the hacking situation, and we're going to talk about what Jim Ryan's comments were, and about like what the headline was is about, like, people just want Xbox to fail. We'll get to all that, but I do, and we're going to cook Konami for that. That'll be the last topic for the day. But I do want to talk about something what is really ironic and just crazy, because I was just talking with Ham about this last night. And if you've been following me, you guys know I have no love for Kamiya. None for Platinum Games. None. I think he is an absolute asshole. The way that he constructed the things. Now I know that he's a talented developer. That is no question. I don't want to sit there and take away from the man's talents, but the man is an asshole. And how they operated with the actress. And I know that there was a lot of people that disagreed with me on that, but I still didn't like how he acted with the actress that was the original voice actress of Bayonetta, and how they kind of shunned her out for the bigger, better name, and didn't want to compensate this woman. And regardless if you think that she's lying or whoever side that you're on, I just feel that the way that Platinum handled that was foul. Platinum has not been Platinum for a while. So to see how he came and made his remarks about the woman that made Bayonetta what it is, an iconic character, and kind of shunned her away just because. And to see now that he's gone, this adds more of a situation to me, as karma's a bitch. And on top of that, was he forced out because of the way that he has been, or is it a legitimate situation to where you think that he's ready to he's kind of tired of the situation that he's at Platinum and moving on? Ham, what is your initial thoughts on that? What's your initial thoughts?
I think they're just doing exactly. I feel like they just kind of see the direction that they're going, and it just doesn't match up with the history that he's given the company. I feel like he's given them great games and stuff like that,
Oh yeah, oh yeah, no
but
question.
but I feel like maybe his arrogance is something that didn't help them like doing what they needed to do to want to have him around or something like that. Um Also, it's kind of a new time, really. And I mean, these big time people are no different than like your big timers in the NFL, NBA, any of that kind of stuff. I mean, or really any type of job. At a point, a company either loves you so much that they want to, Hall of Fame you, keep you around until until you decide to leave, or they want to get ahead of the ball and get you out to replace you. So then they can continue to grow on whatever success that they currently have. Or maybe they're just not seeing the success. A coach that coach in football, times have changed. from a long time ago where a coach can just sit in the same spot for 20 years and be bad for 10 of them. Like, like times have changed from that. Like now it's like, are you good within the first few years? Because if you don't make a massive change around here that everyone's noticing under your leadership, then it's time to move on. And I
Yeah.
feel like that's kind of the situation that's at hand. Maybe it has nothing to do with his actions or the way that he's done anything. But the fact of the matter at the end of the day is no one's really wanting to talk about it. But what they do or what they're willing to say is goodbye.
Yeah. Yeah. No, you're absolutely right. And I think for another part of this that, and I'll go ahead and I'll read this right here. It says, "We regret to announce that," and see, this is what gets me to think that they had to make this decision, or he was done with them. It's one or the other. And it says, "We regret to announce that whatever, Kamiya, I'm saying, don't let me be country. You will be leaving Platinum Games October 12th, 2023. We're truly grateful for his creative ideas, leadership, and contribution to the growth of Platinum Games from our startup to this very day. We believe that he will continue to succeed in his future endeavors as a game creator. We are looking forward to seeing the game industry grow into a better place with him in it. We wish him all the best for the future." Now, I got to take this to the, I got to take it. I got to take it there because, again, like I said, it's either one or two things. He got forced out, or he chose to look at the situation at Platinum Games and leave because there's something in the pike that he did not agree with. And that goes to saying that
Exactly.
there is an acquisition coming. There's an acquisition coming. Now, I'm not saying this is an Xbox thing, but this is definitely sounds like acquisition. Nintendo has been using them for quite a while, especially with Bayonetta. Like I said, we just talked about this man and about Bayonetta 3 and the sales. It sold around 3.4 million overall. Was that enough? They did say that it was going to get a sequel, but is it Nintendo that's looking to acquire them? Because Nintendo don't play that. Nintendo is not going to deal with Kamiya. They're not. They're not. Xbox is not going to deal with him. Sony, I don't think cares about Platinum Games because the last couple of Platinum Games that came out for Sony, which was the last one that we can remember, that a lot of people probably don't remember, is the online game that got taken out within the same year. And hell, I can't even remember the name of that game. Do you remember the name of that game that came out? People in the chat, please help me out.
Wait. Say it again.
Oh, the
I was in the middle
platinum.
of typing something.
Okay, the platinum game that came out on PlayStation only that failed miserably. It was the live service game that came out last year.
It came out last year. Babylon's Fall.
Babylon's Fall, right? So I don't know. I don't know because I don't think Sony is looking to get them. But I mean, it could be. Like I mean, it's not saying that it couldn't happen. I mean, that would be would it be a major get for the PlayStation community? I don't know, but it would be a get because of the games that they would have. But then I don't know about like Bayonetta, things like that, because Nintendo has been funding that. Who knows how that would work? But to me, that sounds like an acquisition. That sounds like somebody is like, look, we're about to get Platinum Games, and Platinum Games, we don't feel that Kamiya is right to be at the position that he's at. And Kamiya is, he's one of those guys. He's a no nonsense. He talks the shit that he does, and he's like, I'm out. Or like I said, he got forced out. That's what it sounds like to me. I don't know. What do you think? Do you think that this could be a sign of that there's an acquisition coming? Because Platinum Games has been out there pretty much soliciting themselves, and they haven't had the best track record going for a hot minute. I would say for the last 4 years, except despite of how people may feel about Bayonetta 3's sales numbers.
Um, I personally think that it could be,
Mm,
but it also could be just like maybe certain,
try to make it
companies don't want to work with them
right.
because they keep somebody like that around. You know, I mean, I I know me and you have lived long enough to have known many people to say, I don't mess with them because they own it,
Right.
or I don't mess with them because they play or they work for that team. Once they're gone, I'm fine with them. But with that type of leadership at the helm, with like some people would say, like with a Jerry Jones or with a this coach or that coach, or you know, with this player on your team. I mean, how many times have that happened in the NFL for real? Like hell, Colin Kaepernick with this guy on the team. I ain't watching them. With them having Black Lives Matter on the field, I'm not watching them. I mean, like, it's just, to me, that's the sentiment, possibly. I think that really is, especially in today's age where you have to tread carefully through that type of stuff.
Right.
I 100% think that that might be more likely than the other one, although the other one doesn't sound insane. Like, if they're looking to get acquired, I mean, some people thought that Microsoft Activision, when Microsoft gets them or whatever, that they'd be like, "All right, Bobby, get the hell up out of here.
Oh yeah, he's out. He's gone.
You got to get out of here if we're purchasing."
Yeah.
This, I feel like this situation's a little different because that guy doesn't own who we want to work with, doesn't gel with this person. They always have an issue. Every time we come into these damn boardrooms, these two bring the tension. And I'm fine with this dude, but this dude under our own umbrella is causing so much unnecessary tension. Let's get him out.
Yep.
Let's pay his way.
Yeah. No.
That's all.
Yeah. No. 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 I totally agree. I was over there having some. OBS was acting up. Obviously, there's got to be an update or something like that. That's the only time that this stuff start doing that. But apologize for that, people. But it popped right back up. Which means it's telling me like I need an update. Um, I I agree 100%, and that's why I think that. And I'm looking at what Spider-Man said. He said it could be Tencent. It could. Listen, don't sleep on that group out there that's going to try to buy up stuff from Saudi Arabia.
Right.
Like they're really serious about getting in the game, and Saudi Arabia's money is extra, 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 extra long. So they're serious about doing this, and so much so.
They've been
Uh,
sweeping some studios under the rug
mm,
pretty much. Like, everyone's
yeah,
looking over here and they're just kind of
they're
like
just kind of just bringing it
in the
in, and
back corner.
right, and they're keeping it quiet, which is smart. It's just kind of like with the whole. I know that me and you talk about sports quite a bit, but it's just like with the Lev thing, the Lev thing within PGA within golf. Like the Saudi Arabia market it came in there and started gathering up a lot of those big time golfers, and because their incentives was just so impressive, and then so there was people that were like, oh no, you can't be doing that. The PGA is American and all. Money talk, bullshit walk, Jack. Now the PGA is over here trying to negotiating with Lev. So this is the same thing within gaming. So you got people out here want to sit here and talk about, I ain't trying to do it. Listen, if they got the money, if they make some good high quality games, your ass will be playing a Saudi Arabia game and enjoying it just like anybody else. So
That's a fact. I mean,
yeah.
what's his name? Gen X Gamer just said like they got SNK.
Yeah, see, so look at that. So that
I mean, that's a big deal.
that's a big deal. And shout out to Drawing T in the chat. You know what I'm saying? With our first super chat, ladies and gentlemen, the super chat works. So if you be so kind to go and support the channel, that'd be great. If you're new here, please support the channel. Go ahead and subscribe. You know what I'm saying? We do this every every Monday, but we just do. That's why it's called the crossover, because we do it on here on my channel one week, and then we do it on my boy Ham Solo's channel the following week. So that's how we do it. So hopefully you'll go and support both of us. And then of
Yeah, I'll
course
put the
you,
link in the chat just in case, because
yeah,
if you
yeah.
turn on the bell and whatnot, I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
you'll
Go ahead
see
and
it.
do that. But Drawn T said, "Hi guys, Microsoft should buy the creators of World of Tanks. They own Day One Studios and have half the rights to MechaSalt." Which Phil did bring up something about he wanted to work on another MechaSalt game after the success of what's happening with Armored Core. And then also Phil Spencer did bring up stuff about Blue Dragon and Lost Odyssey. He's definitely looking to want to bring those games back in some kind of capacity, or games like that. So that was really, really good news. Hopefully that we can maybe see that, because we do know that they're going to try to go after a Japanese developer. That's why this news is pretty interesting, because we don't know who's going to be. Because this sounds like an acquisition to me. Regardless of however you want to slice it, this sounds like an acquisition to me. And it sounds like they don't like Kamiya. I don't like Kamiya. I'm just going to say what it is. Who cares? I mean, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to like me. But I think the man is an absolute dick. And I just think that his arrogance, and it has nothing to do really so much about Scalebound. That whole situation was tragic in its own self. But the man's character is just foul. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Stop that. But that's just what this sounds like to me. And it's not a thing where he might have been pushed out because he does have enough clout at Platinum to make the decision where he doesn't like what's going on, and then he leaves. So it's a really weird situation overall. Which, you know what I'm saying, and I do love SNK. SNK, you know what I mean? Look, I love King of the Fighters. I love a lot of it. You know what I'm saying? The Mark of the Wolf, all that, and then the new Mark of the Wolf game looks dope. I think it's called. I think it's not called Mark of the Wolves. It's called something else, but something of the Wolves. But it looks really, really good. So I'm looking forward to that as well. Anyway, Drawn T back again in the chat. He says the creators of World of Tanks is a private company and is $2 billion to get MechaSalt. We'll see. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. There is Microsoft does have a lot of opportunities going forward. I think personally that they're going to be looking more for something in Asia, in the Asian market. They will still get something that's Western, but I think that their main focus is trying to pull something from the Asian market. Could it be Platinum Games? Who knows? Could it be something else from Asia? Who knows? I don't know. But you know what I'm saying? And don't forget, Sony's out there too. And they've made their point, and we'll be getting into that here probably next. But I think that it's but for my last question to you, Ham, is that um if it is an acquisition or if it isn't, do you think that Kamiya being gone affects Platinum Games in a negative light? Because the man has produced some fire content. And let's not forget, the guy that was at Tango Games was like there was like an original trio, and he was the main guy, and he went to Tango Games. Now he's retired. But there was Kamiya, there was that guy. I can't forget that. I can't remember what that guy's name is. That was from Tango Games, and then there's the other two guys that's there at that's at Platinum. Will this hurt Platinum Games going forward? Will it have a serious void there?
I mean, let's be honest. It's kind of like a Brett Favre leaving type of moment, right?
Mhm.
Or better yet, if you want to be more recent, Aaron Rodgers leaving. And now we got Jordan Love. He's untested.
Untested.
Everyone's, set is. I'm sure they have somebody in that replacement spot. But really, I can speculate. But at the end of the day, time will tell. So their next 2 games. So maybe their next game got worked on by him a little bit. But let's look a game later after that, where his name isn't even in the credits, right? So I think that will be the telling spot. is how do they do a type of game that is related to a type of work he would do without him around? You know, how are the Bulls this year? Because Jordan decided to leave because he had to deal with his father passing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How are the Bulls going to stack up now? Because that's a big piece. I mean, whether you love him or hate him, that was your star player.
Yep.
He's gone.
He's out.
Let's see what you can do.
Right.
Let's see if, I mean, possibly, maybe he was the Carson Wentz and Nick Foles comes and wins the championship. Maybe we see that. Maybe the second string is really the beast. You know what I'm saying?
We're going to find out. We're going to find out.
We will find out, but at the end of the day, time will tell. That's really all it is.
Yeah, time will tell. All right. Well, that's a great point. You know what I'm saying? Lady Foxfire, I did see your comment. You was over here saying that I was disrespecting the Mighty Lock because I know you see Master Chief holding up my Rams controller. Lock Cortana is holding up Lock right there. I don't know if you can see her in the corner right there. Look, right there. She's right there. She's right there. You know that Lock controller is going to be right there, son. Right there. Right there. Don't worry about that. Don't you dare worry about that. Lock is going to be in this home for sure. And matter of fact, I need to get that Lock statue. And so I can start, because I still haven't really got to doing the stuff that I need to do to put the other stuff on the wall, get the rest of my pops and stuff. But my main man, Yobi, you know what I'm saying? I hope you can see the Devil Jin is sitting right there by itself over there. Well, I'm gonna try to get the cameras over there. I don't know if you can see it, but he's right there. He's right there by himself. Devil Jin is right there. But I'm gonna make sure that I get the pops all up there and stuff like that. And then I'm gonna have my sports side wall, which nobody will see except for when people come in here and we game and shit like that. But other than that, let's keep it moving. We gotta talk about PlayStation, since that was a pretty good segue, because I personally was interested about this, and when I saw this, and so now I'm going to have to go and find it. No. I forgot. Listen, no. We'll have two PlayStation
game
things,
down sites that go Bengals.
Listen, I know my boy Game Down Sights ain't lost his damn mind. Here we go. I know my boy Game Down Sights did not lose his damn mind. But anyway, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The news, I think, that is very, very shocking, but maybe not so shocking, especially for somebody who has dealt with this before. But here we go. A ransomware group claims to have breached all Sony systems. Now, this is what's nasty, right? Okay, so all right, let's go ahead and just read a little bit this. It says, while it claims remain unverified, Cybersecurity Connect reports that the relative ransomware newcomer has racked up some impressive amounts of victims since bursting into the scene last month. I mean, damn, these people have only been here a month and they're already acting a damn fool, right? We have successfully compromised, this is from this group, I think Ransom Ed or whatever. It said,
this is tragic.
Yeah, this is real tragic. We have successfully compromised all of Sony systems. The group claimed on both the clear and dark nets. We won't ransom them. We will sell the data. Oh shit. Due to Sony not wanting to pay, data is for sale. Okay, keep it going. According to Cybersecurity's Connect, the group has posted some proof of hacked data, although it says it is not particularly compelling information on the face of things, right? It says it includes what appears to be screenshots of internal login page and internal PowerPoint presentation, several Java files and file tree of a leak which seemingly includes fewer than 6,000 files. The group listed post date of September 28, after which, if anybody purchases the data, it presumably when ransom ed vc.vc will publish the data wholesale. It says that this ransom ed said to be both a ransomware operator and ransomware as a service organization. It claims to be a secure solution for addressing data security vulnerabilities within companies, and also to be operating in strict compliance with GDPR and data privacy laws. In case where a payment is not received, we will obligate to report a data privacy law violation to the GDPR agency, the group says. So hold on, let me get this right, Ham. I don't know if you listen. That not only did they say if you don't pay,
I'm not gonna lie, I don't know all them damn acronyms.
Right. I don't know them all either, but from what my understanding is, right, these motherfuckers is cold blooded. They just said, not only will, if you don't pay us to save your data, we're gonna put you in compliance with GDPR.
You cut out, bruh.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Okay. It said if you don't have us in compliance, I mean, if you don't pay us, then you're going to put yourself not only in compliance with this GDPR, which is the data privacy law group or whatever. So they're going to hit their ass over the head from this group, and if they don't get their money, so they want the money, and so they don't pretty much want to be so it wasn't. So they won't go after Sony. That's what it sounds like to me. Hold on, let me keep reading this. It's not that long. It said in case where payments is not received.
Oh, this is 100% blackmail.
Oh yeah, this is blackmail. We are obligated to report a data privacy law violation to which I just read. Okay, so what y'all was just saying. To the group says, it says most of the ransom ED members reportedly operate out of Ukraine and Russia. Man, they out there wilding out there, man. It said VGC has contacted Sony for comment on this report and will update it if we hear back from the company, which you will not. In 2011, Sony, and this is something that I needed to let people hear, because I got so much flack when I told people that I got hacked back then in the first big Sony leaks. You know what I'm saying? So I can't wait to play this little clip right here. It said Sony PlayStation Network suffered a massive breach that resulted in the personal data of approximately 77 million accounts. Let me read that again to you. This breach resulted in the personal details of approximately 77 million accounts being compromised and the service being taken offline for 23 days. That was me, ladies and gentlemen. That was me out of one of those 77 people, and my account got bled out of almost $800 because of the breach. And then Sony wanted to fight me for it because of their mess up, right? Crazy. So let's listen what he has to say. And then I'm going to ask
It was the apology Sony customers have been looking for.
Let's see if they can.
誠に申し訳ございませんでした。
I got to do that. I need to.
I'm gonna need to put my headphones on so I can listen to it.
Hold on.
10 days after the PlayStation Network and Curiosity Service, it was the apology Sony customers have been looking for.
誠に申し訳ございませんでした。
10 days after the PlayStation Network and Curiosity services were taken offline, Sony executives, including the head of its gaming division, apologized on Sunday for the potential loss of personal information on millions of customers. 3 firewalls were breached to get the information. Sony called the attack highly sophisticated, but the company did make one embarrassing admission.
今回の脆弱性はですね、機器の脆弱性でございます。
So, as you can see right there, they admit that they had, and look how long it took, because I got that breach back in, I think it was like 2009, 2010, it was somewhere around there. And then they take over a year, and then on top of that, they get over, they had like, I think like over 50 some lawsuits. Like, hold on, let me, because like I said, it's right here.
It's at 55.
Okay, it's at 55. So let me finish reading this, and then Ham, you take fully over and give me your thoughts. It says in 2011, Sony, okay, we just read that. It says Sony initially estimated the hack would cost it more than $100 million, and it was forced to apologize not only to players but developers whose games launches were disrupted or whose online service was left unavailable. It said Sony eventually faced as many as 55 class action lawsuits and agreed to offer compensation for those affected. Bullshit. The compensation that they offered was free games from their PlayStation network. They didn't give me my money back. My bank gave me my money back. Sony sit there, and then for me not signing that contract because my lawyer told me not to, because if I signed that contract, then Sony wasn't liable. So my lawyer is like, no, they have to give you that money back. So the bank gave me my money back that was taken, and Sony had to give my bank, which was Chase Bank at the time, that money back. That was the only way that I got my money. And then once that was done, for those free games that they gave me, because I didn't sign the paperwork, I mean, since I didn't sign that little thing that there was agreement thing that was there. When you picked the 3 to 4 games that they offered you, they discontinued those games, all 4 of them, all 4 of those games, because I didn't agree to that because my lawyer told me not to. And then I got put through the ring. I had my legs beat by them damn PlayStation stands, saying that I was lying, that the different account situation wasn't true, and all this bullshit. Hold on, people. 55 class action lawsuit and 77 million accounts being compromised. You mean to tell me that out of those 77 million people that was compromised and all those class and lawsuits, that there wasn't special things done if people knew what they needed to do? Fuck y'all. Real talk to you stands out there. Fuck y'all for even talking that bullshit to me like that. Anyway, it says you are the lifeblood of the company. PlayStation's boss Jack Tretton, the GOAT, said at the time, without you, there is no PlayStation. We want to apologize personally. It's you that caused us to be humbled and amazed by the support you continue to give. To Sony third-party publishing partners, Jack Tretton said, I know that the outage has been costly. We wouldn't be where we are without you. He added, we are committed more than ever to making sure the PlayStation experience is entertaining and secure for everybody. Now, what's crazy is that a lot of people always talk about the red ring of death, but there's not a lot of people that talks about this. Ham, your thoughts about this whole situation, brother?
Oh man, I mean, obviously the people like which there's a lot more. There are a lot more stands on PlayStation than there are for anywhere else, and I just personally think that, of course, if they're the most out there, that you're not going to hear that much about it, right? When the majority is the one that got embarrassed, they don't want to talk about their embarrassment out loud. And then anytime somebody brings it up, it just gets it doesn't get any acknowledgement because the ones that would be acknowledging it would be the majority. So it just goes nowhere, right? I mean, this is bad. This is really bad and bad timing, right? You already are you only have one true first party game coming out this year. And as I was saying earlier, TK maybe before the show, like what a lot of people don't really want to recognize is it's been the same thing from the start, and we've been wondering who can be consistent this generation. I mean, that's the real question. Everybody's got their eyes on Xbox's consistency, but they forget in 2021 it was a little quiet over there on PlayStation. 2024 is looking interesting for Xbox, which would mean consistent 2 years straight. Xbox has stuff. There's yet to be one platform that has had something for every year, especially since COVID happened. So, I mean, the start of the generation, 2020, PlayStation came out with I felt like they rolled out their console better than Xbox.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. No doubt.
And they had a game that you could play that was already downloaded on it. They had Demon Souls, they had Miles Morales, they had the exclusivity for Returnal, which they ended up buying. So I mean that was early 2021, sure. But then that year ended up being a lot looked at Xbox, because Xbox finally started pouring out some stuff. 2021, Psychonauts. You had what was it? Forza, Halo. Game Pass was really kicking. People were loving games like 10 Minutes and stuff like that were over on the Xbox platform. 2022 comes, Xbox is hella quiet. They got Grounded and like what was it? Pentiment, right?
Right. Yeah.
But you look at you look at PlayStation, they had God of War, they had Horizon Forbidden West, they had Gran Turismo. Like, they did good in 2022. Now we're at 2023. Xbox, they had Redfall, yuck. Sure. However you believe that. But they also had Hi-Fi Rush, which was big time. They just dropped Starfield, really big time. Over 10 million players shortly after it launches. We got Forza coming out. I heard somebody whisper a mystery game that could be coming out before the end of the year, first party wise. I don't know if that's true or not,
Right.
but that's the excitement that's around for Xbox this year. The excitement for Sony is literally only Spider-Man.
Yeah.
That's it. And what makes it a little weird, some people say fatigue with Spider-Man. I don't really know if I agree with that. But one thing I do agree with is Insomniac has been keeping the house together. Without Insomniac, think about PlayStation's first party launch for the generation. You're taking away 2 Spider-Mans and Ratchet and Clank and the future thoughts of Wolverine. It looks real quiet if you take Insomniac out of the picture. But of course, we're not. We're not going to do that here. They're in the picture and they're keeping the lights on for Sony, in my opinion, or at least PlayStation. With
No,
this
I follow what
whole
you're saying.
debacle
Mhm.
of ransomware happening on a year that hasn't been so solid, doesn't help at all.
Not at all.
This isn't no end by any means for Sony at all, and I think they'll pull out of it fine. But I'm just saying, for the time being, as you're trying to get hype for the one thing you got this year, it's like you stepped in shit on the porch before you walked into the wedding ceremony. You know what I'm saying? It's just not a good look, and you just gotta hope, for Sony's sake, that this doesn't turn into more than what it is. I mean, let's be real. The casuals are what runs the gaming industry with their purchases and everything, but they're also the least likely to watch any type of news for it. So let's just hope, for Sony's sake, that this doesn't get out to the point that it starts to, my wife or my mom is telling me about it. You know what I'm saying? Because then it's very casual, right? Like the Activision Blizzard deal turned very casual.
Yeah.
It turned very casual to where people that don't game were like, you see what's going on with Xbox? And So let's just hope that it doesn't get to that point with Sony.
Right. No, and see, this is another thing too. Like I only followed. I mean, because back in those days, I was reading magazines, and I would listen to like game trailers or G4 things like that. Like I wasn't like knee deep in like NeoGAF and all that other stuff that was around back then. So how I found out about the hack back then was on the news. I was like, "What? What are you talking about?" So, yeah, no, it's pretty crazy. Like, yeah, it's 2011 all over again, and hopefully it's not 2011 all over again. Because listen, regardless of my disdain for stands that was, like I said, that was disrespecting me in the way that they were about what I was when I was telling my point, my story of what I went through, and then they was calling me a liar. I don't want anybody to go through that because now I'm reading what Pyro said, and he said, look, he said that he had his account shut down. You know what I mean? He says there was a reason why Sony didn't have the proper refunding policy as hidden in their EULA. It was a clause giving them the right to shut PSN accounts for any refunds given. I'll find it and you'll share it. See that shit right there is like, if I didn't, and that's what I was explaining there. If I didn't have a lawyer, I wouldn't have known any of that. I just would have took the games thinking that everything would have been right and Sony would have gave me my money back. I would have been fried because that was money to pay bill. I'm a single father. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm over here taking care of my kids. You know what I'm saying? That money was for rent. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, and you took that money got taken out, and then you're telling me, yo, we can't give you that money back. What? Are you kidding me? So yeah, that was real for me, and that was the turning point for me with Sony. You know what I'm saying? That was the turning point. Like that was everything I was still trying to hold on to have PlayStation is up there with Xbox and all that. No, that changed. My whole thoughts of Sony just went completely down. But let me read what Drawn T said. He said, question, what studio or publisher do you get? Do they get? I say Sega, Square Enix, and buy 49% of all WB. Like, listen, I don't want to get into Xbox because that's what we do all the time. Because I want to get into the acquisitions of Sony. Because I want to read what because I don't know if you have anything else that you want to read or say about this, because I want to get into the next topic about Sony. But I will say this because of course, what I'm saying, because of the super chat, I think that now since this Platinum Games thing, since Kamiya is gone, I wonder if Xbox is really looking to try to get Platinum Games. Or like I said, it could be anybody. It's not just Xbox. It could be Nintendo. It could be Tencent, as somebody I've seen in the chat say. It could be the group from Saudi Arabia. It could be
who it ain't gonna be? Embracer.
No, I was just gonna say it's not gonna be Embracer. It's not gonna be Embracer, Jack. Embracer is not touching that. They in trouble, Jack. They in trouble. And also like, so yeah, I mean, would I trip out now since Kamiya's gone? Yeah, get Platinum. I'm with it. Bring them. Get them, Xbox. If PlayStation decides to get them, which I don't see that being a perfect fit, that's why I think it's more Nintendo or Tencent or somebody else. Not so much PlayStation because of the last outing, and PlayStation is pretty like, if you don't do well, we don't deal with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, we ain't dealing with you like that. So I don't think it's going to be that. But for Sega, Sega's not in the picture. I think people need to kind of put Sega in the bag, and just look at the negotiations that they have and the things that they're doing. Sega's not after the ABK deal. I know this is the biggest deal in gaming history and all of this and that. The regulators at this point in time is going to be watching everything like a hawk. So this is something that Sega is just too big at this point in time to go after Sega.
100%. I agree with you on that. I think it would be more likely if they're shopping, everyone wants to say they're still shopping. I don't disagree with that.
Yeah.
But I think it's going to be like, yo, I already got a lot of groceries Tuesday. here it is on Thursday, and I'm just gonna pick up what I need.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like, oh shit, I didn't realize I ran out of milk or something. I'm gonna go pick it up real quick. And I think that's the way that they're gonna. It's not gonna be a big, full blown shopping trip, like shopping spree kind of thing, where we're gonna grab up another thing that can rival a Bethesda size purchase. Like, no, they're not gonna do that. They're gonna do something along the lines, in my opinion, to what K Mega's alluding to, like a
Yeah.
platinum or maybe a Crystal Dynamics, and just
Right.
turn them into, oh, they're just Xbox now. They work with us, or I don't know, the people that man, why am I tripping out on this one right now? I'm like, I'm tripping. Uh Flight Simulator, A Plague's Tale,
A Sobo?
Asobo, yes.
Mhm.
Something with and I'm not saying that they're looking to be purchased or anything, because some of these people are like Capcom. They don't need to be purchased.
Right.
They're doing fine.
Right. Right.
They're doing fine. But for somebody that may, I need a little bit of help, or the books ain't looking quite right. Sure. Um, Possibly Platinum is one of those people that, hey, we just made a big change and we wouldn't mind a little bit of help to, continue to make this business sustainable for a long period of time. And oh yeah, by the way, we were working on a game for you and we completely screwed you over. Like, I mean, and we don't have that guy here anymore. So want to talk? You know what I mean? Like I ain't kicking with that bozo anymore. You want to let me holler at you? So I mean, yeah, man. I think they just go for somebody that's just a developer, not another publisher.
Right. No, I don't think the publisher thing is in the is in the cards right now. Not
I
right now.
think if we think about 5 years from now,
Oh yeah, no, that's a different
it could
story.
be, it could definitely be another publisher. But I think after this, after this deal right now, like the oven's still hot. I mean, you can't quite
Right.
put your hands in
Yeah.
there quite yet. You don't want to touch nothing. It's still hot.
Real hot.
Just
So
like,
yeah.
yeah, you might not be cooking anything anymore. You already took the lasagna out, but the oven is still hot.
Yes. Yes. Gerald Mack, you know what I'm saying, man? Appreciate it, brother, man. This man is always giving good shout outs to people on. So check him out. Go follow him on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate you stop coming in here, man. Really do. Mr. Mack, you know what I'm saying? The gray beards. As mine is trying to get there. I'm going to the barber here Wednesday. I'll make sure that it's trying to see through. It's trying to get it. It's trying to get it out of here. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
I
my
can't do
goodness.
it. I can't. Yeah, it's trying.
You need
Boy,
some
boy, boy.
just for K Mega. That's what you
No,
need.
no, no, no. Listen. My fruits and berries. You know what I'm saying. My lineage from back in the days keeps it strong. But listen, the gray is flowing. It's trying to come out. I mean, I'm almost 50. I am 48. So it's just one of them things, man. It's just going to happen. But you know what I'm saying. But we gonna shave that down, bro. We gonna try to try to look as youthful as possible. I like when people say, "You how long came back in?" Win anyway. So even though I feel like 80, but that's okay. Anyway, but man, big shout out to my main man, Mr. Mack. You know what I'm saying, Gerald? Thank you so much for coming through. I do want to, I do want to move on and still continue to talk about Sony. And this is what Jim Ryan was saying. Matter of fact, let me get to it right here. Because the main topic that I want to get to, you know what I'm saying, I'm going to be extra messy, but I do want to read this right here because this is next to the main topic. And this is right here, okay, what Jim Ryan said, right? He said, we will become less dependent on third-party games and third-party revenues by having more first-party games. And we are working to grow our studios and increase our production capabilities. And this is one of the reasons why we are embarking on acquisitions. So, my man, when you hear this, and when you read this yourself, How does this make you feel, man? What is Sony telling you? Or telling us?
The same thing that they've been telling us, Game Mega. It's just who wants to listen. Am I lying?
No. No.
This ain't enough. What we have isn't enough. And we need to grow. We need to tackle more zones that we're not tackling. We're not exactly like they might be proud of what they have. I 100% think they're proud of what they have. They have great content, but it doesn't reach enough people, and that's what matters at the end of the day. Is who it reaches, who purchases it, who's playing it. K Mega had a crazy stat, and I know this isn't PlayStation actual. This isn't PlayStation's actual console numbers. This is just a kind of a reminder of the interest that is PlayStation games, even on PC. We know that there's plenty of third-party games that get the love on PC. Xbox has been hanging out on the Steam line, looking good, and they dropped Starfield. That's in the top 5. PlayStation's dropped some games on PC as well, but who's playing them? I'm just saying their biggest game just got ported to PC. The Last of Us. This year, The Last of Us. Sure, you could say it's old or whatever, but the problem with PlayStation games is they don't make a lot of games that keep you going, that keep the, Twitch streams going crazy all the time. You're seeing new things, DLC, multiplayer games. There's a lull at PlayStation. They have great games, but their games, I mean, can you guys admit it now? A lot of the games are one and done. They just are. They're one and done games. On Twitter, on YouTube, on any platform, the point of it, Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, the whole point is to give you content to the point that you can't leave that app. Video games are the same way, physical or digital. The point of a video game when you purchase it to that person, or not exactly to the creator of the game, but to the business that's selling that game, especially now with these gas games and stuff like that. They want you in it forever. And that doesn't happen with current PlayStation IPs. You look at Spider-Man that's coming out, it's going to be a phenomenal game. It's going to be great. I'm going to love it.
Oh, yeah.
But once I beat it, what else can I do with it? Even if I 100%ed God of War Ragnarok, what am I going to do with that game? And sure, you could say the same thing about Xbox's new game coming out called Hellblade. Once you 100% of that, what are you going to do with it? Sure. But that same platform gave me a game like Starfield that takes like 10 times the beat to understand everything, which isn't a 10-hour game to beat. You got Halo, where you beat the game, you go into multiplayer. They're trying to acquire Activision Blizzard, which is the king of, you got this story, but the meat and potatoes are in this everlasting quest called multiplayer. And we have 10 different ways for you to attack it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like more games for PlayStation need to be like what Ghost of Tsushima did. Ghost of Tsushima gave you an epic story, phenomenal, wild. And if you wanted to, they gave you DLC to the game, or you can play multiplayer. They're trying to do that with The Last of Us, and it's not coming to fruition. It's taking a lot longer than they anticipated. Imagine if Xbox gave us the campaign to Halo, but didn't give us the multiplayer for years. It's literally the same thing. Especially if you get a remake of a game that came out with it. Last of Us 1 came out with factions. This Last of Us 1 doesn't come with factions. They tell you that they're making factions. Bungie gets in the middle of it, says this shit ain't working out, ain't looking so good.
It ain't cooking,
And
Jack.
here it is. Here it is. This game has been out for what? Going on 2 years. And you have no clue how far they're in the game. I'm just saying, like, Sony clearly said what they said. Yo, we need to hire more people. We need more people on the job to get the job done. We need more studios out here to help get the job done. There's nothing wrong with what they're trying to do. There's nothing wrong with admitting that you need help. 343 said, hey, certain affinity, help. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with saying it. But the thing is, the problem to me is a lot of the community acts like Sony could do no wrong. They don't need no help. They're fine. Sony is literally out here telling you, hey, we just got hacked and we're not fine. We need actually more. And I'm actually kind of curious after talking about this and thinking about it. I wonder if any of this kind of stuff got leaked at all. Or you know, they garnered any of that type of information of who they're going after, what they're planning on doing, who they've been talking to as of lately. Because you said that it was supposedly a bunch of worthless stuff that they seemingly got. Ain't shit worthless if you freaking out about it.
Facts.
Ain't
about
shit
it.
worthless when it comes to business. Ain't shit worthless. That piece of paper, just to a random email, yo, that has a lot of other stuff that you could see through. Between that stuff, information, people's emails, all that stuff, all the CC. And then, oh man, if you're hacking into that, think how easy it'll be to hack into this one dude right here that got a ton of information.
Yeah. See? Bro,
It's just a bad situation. But go on ahead, K-Make. I'm sorry.
No, I wanted to read something that that Gerald Max said here. He said, both you gentlemen ears are closer to the streets than mine. He said, explain to me how PlayStation is going to transition into games as a service games. Fans won't allow it. Now, I'm gonna let you cook on that one because that's a great question. And we've talked about this before. I know I've brought this up, but what is your thoughts about that? Because there's another transition between Sony that a lot of the PlayStation community doesn't, that are, you know, content creators do not want to really talk about. What's your thoughts about his comment?
I could break that down simply. In my opinion, whether you accept my answer is different. But it is the difference between fanboy and general consumer. General consumer don't care. General consumer will follow what seems to be right and they just seemingly like. Fanboys will somehow manage and turn it into, I've always thought of it that way. So they can continue to cap. And sure, we'll have the receipts. of their line of them lying. Remember, I mean, not that long ago, what J-Dub had that one tweet that said Starfield exclusive to PlayStation with the explosion in the
Oh yeah.
background,
Oh
right?
yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Though these kind of things happen all the time, but they just transition to another shitty narrative. So it's like it never happened. So sure, fanboys will be pissy, salty, and then once they realize that, hey, I can chummy up by doing this and speaking sweet nothings and saying that, oh, I'm all for something I was just against, they'll do it. It's as simple as calling it clout chasing. 'Cause that's what it is.
No, no, you're absolutely right. And man, instead of me typing this, I'm just going to sit there and hit up Spider-Man. Man, I ain't add one perk to my shooting in Starfield. Not one. Not one. My stuff is I'm diplomatic. I got the gift of gab. I got enough firepower to put somebody down, and I got enough people behind me to sit there and make shit happen. I'll add perks to the
Sounds
shoot.
mighty soft.
Bro, I listen. You saw that flame coming from that legendary weapon. You know what I'm saying? Like he talking about my he said I need some shooting. I ain't add nothing to my shooting. That's later. That's later. I'm gonna talk my way through shit. I'm gonna get things popping. So you know what I'm saying now. So you know what I'm saying. So yeah, and then that was
Ain't no talking.
yeah, ain't no yeah. Oh yeah, no, that's talking. You gonna
No,
talk?
ain't no talking over
You gonna
here.
talk to
Ain't
me?
no talking.
I ain't worried about you. You better be glad
When
there
they
ain't
see
no
that,
online sucker.
when they see my enterprise roll up, ain't no talking.
Ain't nobody worried about that. I got my little ship rolling around.
Oh, the
We gonna
whole
take that.
universe is worried about
Yeah,
that.
no, we ain't worried about that. We ain't worried about none about
Oh
what you got.
man, yeah. You better keep talking.
Listen, when
You better keep talking.
when I get that foundation, when I get that corporation, there definitely ain't gonna be no talking then because it's gonna be mine. It's K Megas, K Megas and Neon. That's it. K Megas Neon. That's it. Anyway, but listen,
Ain't no talk.
ain't no perks. Ain't no perks in the weapons. It's perks in them talkings. I'm maxed out on that. I'm diplomat. I got like I said, the gift of gab. I'm talking to them. I'm pulling your women. I'm taking your men working for
the
me.
snitch.
Your kids is gonna be working for me. Everything gonna be working for me. And then I'm gonna have the dope game. I'm gonna have corporations. I already got a gang on my team. You know what I'm saying? I got the strikers. They mine. Now we got the police force. Bro, I'm out here doing it different. Y'all want to sit there and go out there and start shooting shit if you want to. That ain't gonna do nothing but put fear. I'm the Jim Jones of Starfield, sucker. I'm gonna have me a compound. I'm tripping. Anyway, this is what part I do believe I would definitely love to see some online for Starfield just for those reasons. And most likely I get cooked by a sniper, but that's okay. I can't talk some trash since it's a single player. Let's see what Drawn T said in the chat. He said King David is right. Sony will turn into an app. Their games will be everywhere. I think you missed my last super chat. You just said that, and I told you I did not miss your last super chat because we just discussed it. Where you was talking about the 49% for Warner Brothers. I just didn't bring up Warner Brothers because it was mostly about Sega. And when you talk about Square Enix could be something that's there. But you know what I'm saying? Listen, Xbox is not going for any three of those right now. Warner Brothers, I think, is the main one that they want. And I still feel that there's CD Projekt Red in that picture. But they're not doing anything right now except for getting something that's small and that's not going to cause any issues. They're not going after Warner Brothers. They're not, Square Enix. They're not. They're not going to mess with anything right now. Once this deal is over with, the next acquirements will be from like Supermassive or whatever. I forgot the group that the studio that's made Hitman. I forgot the name of that studio, but they're going after that. They're not dealing with that no more. So I like
IO Interactive.
What'd you say?
Is it IO Interactive?
Yeah, IO Interactive. They'll go after stuff like that. They're not going after Square Enix or Sega or Warner Brothers right now. I think if out of the ones that you just said, Warner Brothers is definitely on the top of their list. but that's got to, but they got to stay on point right now. And we don't know how that regulator
agree.
situation is going to happen going forward. Now things can change to where it could soften, because of political situations that happened in the United States and in the and also in Europe. And by the way, my vote's for Uncle Joe. I don't care what any of you suckers say. I am not. There's no way in hell I would vote for Trump. But regardless of whatever the hell the situation is going to be politically, if the situation can happen to where Lena Khan might not even be around no more, or the people that's at the CMA, they could be stronger, or they might be, or they might get toned down. Who knows here what's happening in like 5 or 10 years, like Ham Solo said. So we did talk about it. I just didn't mention Warner Brothers or Square Enix. I just don't see that happening anytime soon. So ABK is done. I seen what Jago saying says ABK is done. It's a done deal. People get ready for a flood of games to come into Game Pass. Like that's the thing right here. Like I understand about the acquisitions, but that's why I didn't really want to talk about Xbox. I wanted to talk about what PlayStation needs to do because they have to get more acquisitions now. They have to.
Right.
Xbox is AB. I don't think people really understand what ABK is going to do for Xbox going forward. Like the treasure trove of games, classics, and what it does for Game Pass is astronomical. And also the mobile aspect. Xbox could be in a position so powerful to where they could go ahead and bring back the Windows Phone because of the mobile aspect of it. They can avoid Apple completely. And the mobile thing is probably the most richest out of all of this, right? Like Call of Duty is going to be Call of Duty, right? But I think the mobile aspect of it is where Xbox is like, okay, hell with it. We can get rid of the cloud. The cloud is important to us, but the cloud is not moving right now. People aren't really gravitating to the cloud like we were thinking. We were, again, 2, 3, 4 steps ahead. The gaming public is not fully behind it yet, but mobile is on fire. And now since you got games that you got phones that now can push games at 1080p. I mean, not 1080p, but at AAA games and make them look as good as they did on what you've seen on that iPhone 15. Man, sky's the limit for what Microsoft can do with Activision. That's going to be crazy. Jago said avoid Apple and Google. Right. Like they don't have to. I was thinking more about Apple because Apple just regulated, but you're right, Google as well. So I don't know, but I want to focus on what PlayStation should go after because of what you're seeing what Jim Ryan is saying, because now I think he sees the writing on the wall. The top 5 games from PlayStation every year are multi-plats. And one of those is going to be in multiple of them, like Minecraft, Call of Duty now, Overwatch, are going to be Xboxes. It's going to be Xbox / Microsoft. Who is the perfect fit for Sony, Ham? I don't know. I want to think about it while you break it down, but who's the perfect gets for Sony for them to expand their portfolio to where, for where Jim Ryan makes sense with his statement?
So shoot, I really don't know. To be honest, I mean, I could sit back and think about some different, like, if we're thinking publishers, oof. I mean, CD Projekt Red just came out and said nope. Because I mean, that would have been my main right there.
Right. That'd
That
be
would,
huge.
I mean, and to me, I think that would have been a pretty dope marriage right
That'd
there.
be huge, massive.
Oh man, if I'm thinking of some others, whew, I'm just thinking about what they can afford, really, because like
I see
I don't
Spider-Man being
think
messy in the chat about that too. Yeah.
I don't know if they can afford something like an EA
Mm.
or a Take-Two or something like that, you know? And I'm not sure if they'd even want to do that, seeing how close EA is with Game Pass. Take-Two has been with the shit with Microsoft too. I mean, GTA 5 is in Game Pass. After the resurgence Take-Two had with GTA 5 going through Game Pass on Xbox, I'm not sure if they'd want to do that without some promised money big time from Sony. So, man, I think I don't know, man. I'm sitting here and I just don't know. Like, would you consider a Ubisoft?
If they're really serious about games as a service, Ubisoft would be ideal. And in a crazy twist, they would get those those Activision cloud games.
Right.
Yeah, I mean they would have access to a cloud. They don't have to rely on anything else. And then they would have possession of those games that for 15 years, for 10 to 15 years. And then at that point, Sony could play real hardball and clean up because Microsoft is going to want those cloud games back because by that time, cloud could be something sustainable, and so they could clean up. And Ubisoft has I love Ubisoft to death. I really enjoy Ubisoft games. So like if you got the Division, and then now you got not only you got the groups that's made Division, but the studio that's made Division, but then you also have now Bungie. Now you really cooking on making games like factions and things like that because you have you have studios that's been there that knows how to do that. On top of that, like you got Rainbow Six, which is massive now. You'd really make some massive moves by doing that. You're automatically entered into from like everybody's questioning you on this situation to even PlayStation gamers out there is looking at like, man, I don't know about this to now everybody's on board because and even Xbox gamers got to give like, holy shit, that's a big move. Now is it ABK? No, but it's still a big move because Activision has enough, and I mean Ubisoft has enough single player and multiplayer games to make that PlayStation portfolio robust, like really, really good. I don't know. That would be good. I'm sure they have enough money to get them. The question is, do they want that headache? Because Ubisoft is hemorrhaging money right now. Things aren't going the way that they are. Now, I know Sony would clean house, but the question is, do they want to make that purchase? Because it's going to be a headache, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean it's not as bad in the sense of workplace, but I mean some would maybe even argue that, right? As Activision. Some would argue that like serious.
Yeah.
That, this place is bad. There has been some things that came out about Ubisoft that is not pretty if you've been paying attention. So seeing what Xbox is doing with Activision, if PlayStation went after Ubisoft, it'd be a very similar situation. But the thing is, like K Mega said, and like I said earlier, I'm not sure if they want to take on something like Xbox was willing to take it on because they feel like they need it.
Right.
They feel like they need it, even though Activision was looking to sell. Right?
Right.
PlayStation, now they need it. They didn't think they needed it before, but now they need it. And it's just like, are you willing to be as happy and proud to clean up a company that's been looking kind of rough? And they don't have a Call of Duty. Keep that in mind. They don't have a Call of Duty. They have popular IPs, yes, but none of them can amount to Call of Duty.
Right.
You would still have to make something after you get them to be popping and hope that it turns out to be in the same room or that's not even saying the same room, in the same building as Call of Duty, because Call of Duty is a big building.
Right.
It's just wild to me that they waited at, like their first place, right? They're
Yeah.
supposed to be first place or whatever to a lot of people. Some people say Nintendo, some people say PlayStation,
Mhm.
depending on what you're talking. But they're supposed to be first place. It's not a good look when you're doing a lot of the same things third place is doing late. And ugh, it's just, yeah, I'm just gonna leave it there. It's just not a good look.
No, it's not. It's not. And listen, I don't know. I mean, I see some great comments in here. I see Pyro in here, and he's saying that PlayStation Plus Hydroverse, which that is because PlayStation's definitely they got their one of their biggest money makers is something Fate. It's a mobile game, but it's also it's on PlayStation and it's also on PC as well. But that's their money maker. Going after them, Hydroverse. I don't know if that's the name of the studio. I believe.
Wow.
Or-
Hold,
that would
hold
be
on,
great.
K Mega.
Yeah.
I want to read something that Mr. Joanna Dark said because it's an absolute fact.
Okay.
I've said this before, but I'm happy he brings it back up here because it's brilliant. He says PlayStation put themselves in the Xbox One situation.
Facts. I was going to get there.
Nailed
But he
it.
hit it.
But
He nailed it. He nailed
but
it.
but he continues to say where they relied on third-party deals too much. Sony has IPs, but but they're just like Xbox, Gears, Forza, Halo. You could
Yep.
say the same thing. God of War,
Spider-Man.
Horizon, Gran Turismo, and Spider-Man. I guess they have one more, right?
Right.
Maybe Ratchet and Clank, maybe 5. Maybe they have 5. I don't know. But but I could see what he's saying right there because it's just like this the creativity is taking a toll right now. To the point where it's just like even if you're excited for a Spider-Man or you're excited for a Horizon, God of War, or whatnot, as you were saying to me last night, K Megan, there's only so much you can pull out of those characters before they're not that character anymore. Or better yet, that style.
Right.
So yeah, they need a boost in creativity because as much as they like to talk, as much as people like to talk about Xbox and their issue with bringing games out first party, one thing I can tell you that Xbox is not lacking is outside of the box thinking and creativity.
Right.
Because although Halo, Gears, and Forza was a lot of Xbox One, as Mr. Joanna Dark just got done saying, this generation, sure, we know about Halo. We know about Forza. We know damn well that the coalition's working on Gears. But who would have thought Hi-Fi Rush? Who would have thought Redfall, good or bad, love it or hate it?
Right.
Who would have thought Starfield would be, Xbox first party? And as so many people said, oh, well, that's going to need the help of PlayStation to be big. No, it didn't. It didn't at all. In fact, it rejuvenated a lot of what Xbox has been needing for quite some time. So PlayStation's trying to follow suit and get somebody to love them the same way that a lot of us folks have been loving Game Pass and Xbox.
Mhm.
I just think that they're kind of, toe dipping with their subscription service. And I feel like their subscription service could be insanely crazy if they just do if they just say day and
Right.
day. It would just be crazy.
It would be crazy. But see, and it would benefit them. But see, like again, it's that ideology that they have because of going back to where, like, what they're doing with what Sony was doing with their TVs and things like that. They wanted to bring out this premium standard, but people ain't trying to pay those premium prices. They're just not. And so when you bring up the $70 price tag on your games, when you got a $600, a $500 to $600 peripheral, which is the PlayStation VR, then you got a $500 to a $550 console. It adds up, man, and people are becoming more and more frugal because they want to put their money elsewhere. And then when you see everybody else trying to do some sort of value, Sony is kind of shunning that and saying, look, because of our premium products, you can go ahead and pay that extra. And people are like, hell no, we're not. That's why those third-party games are suffering. And then going to the point of where Pyro was bringing up Hydroverse, which, yeah, I was thinking about the games that Joe in the Dark was telling me, was reminding me what the other games it was. It was Genshin Impact and Fantasy Tower. Those games were great because Genshin Impact is just a monster on mobile. So yeah, Genshin Impact is huge. So that could be a good get. What my boy say? He said fat meat wasn't greasy. Sony was over here thinking that fat meat wasn't greasy. I'm trying to be the other Big Mo. He said PlayStation thought fat meat wasn't greasy, but he was, man. They came in smelling their own shit, and now the reality is
Wow.
what Mr. Joe in the Dark said. Like they thought that they could just use it because it worked so well for them in the PlayStation 4 generation that they thought that they could bleed that over because they thought Xbox was still going to be lying down and just taking whatever that the media was trying to say to them, or what some of the what the PlayStation fan base was going to say to them, and even what some Xbox fan base was going to say to them. But that is now changed, and now this is what's a good segue to get into our main topic, which is about some people just don't want Xbox to compete. They just don't. They've talked this shit for so many years about, man, all we wanted to do is to see Xbox do well. That's all we wanted to do. The media, so some media outlets have said this. There's definitely been a lot of PlayStation stands that said this. There's even Xbox gamers that said this. And now when we look at the situation and where Xbox is competing, and they're really being that behemoth that they are, people aren't liking it. People aren't liking it. Case in point, I've never seen anything like this. I mean, I've noticed it for years, right? I've called it out, but I've never seen anything like this. Normally, when there's a good game out there or a game that Xbox has done, that's doing pretty well on it, you got at least a couple of PlayStation, content creators that says, you know what, good for Xbox. You know what I'm saying? That's good. You know what I'm saying? They got to do better, but that's good. In the case of Starfield, I have not seen so much disdain or hate ever. Not like this. Not like this. Like this is tragic. I'm gonna go ahead and get to it. Hold on for a second.
You know why it's extra tragic? It's just because it's not available across the two platforms. Right. It's just not. So, I mean, think about it. Somebody that you despise gets something that you thought was coming to you too. Right. While things have been mighty quiet to not preoccupy you through said time. Right. So that's exactly what we're seeing right now is a lot of people that, I wanted to play this on my DualSense, but I can't. And I tried Baldur's Gate and I just can't seem to keep playing it or talking about it because I'm not really into it, even though I told everybody I was really into it. And, what am I going to do now? I guess I'm just going to tell everybody that this game is terrible every day. I guess.
Yeah.
That's my life now.
And shout out to El Boogie, right? Like this is one where I'm going further down to where it's at, but but shout out to her for this comment because she's like You'd swear people like to talk shit more than play games. Also, zero journalism from this account now. All Twitter Blue did was make for profit journalism worse. Let's not talk about review bombing or the info below, just more divisive device headlines for clicks. Okay, so this is the players that's playing Starfield right now. Like, I mean, as you can see, it
Can't
is
see the
done.
whole graph actually.
I just put it up there. Can you see it now?
Well, okay, yeah. If you scroll down a little, okay, perfect,
Okay, yeah.
perfect.
So right here, as you can see, Starfield is done well. It's doing well. It's doing fantastic. Like, I mean, what's the problem with that, right? Like, I mean, you got so many people that wants to talk about Starfield in such a negative light, and she's right. So as you can see this graph, look at what this headline is right here. Look at what this headline is from a media outlet, from Culture Crave. Starfield's rating has dropped below Fallout 76 on Steam DB. It is now the lowest rated Bethesda game ever. And you know, I think it was Red Dragon that was the first one to post that. So you mean to tell me you will stoop yourself to levels like that to make an article, a clickbait article like this, to go to a person who's a known troll? As the media always comes out and they say to everybody, we don't like the console war, we hate it, it's despicable. But your headline is the same damn headline as what Red Dragon first posted. You don't even hide it no more. You don't even hide it. What the hell is this? What the hell is this? I've never seen anything like this, Ham. Hell, I mean, they used to be a little bit incognito about it. Like, they used to sit there and kind of throw their shade and then, you know, try to laugh. Ha ha ha, you know, we love Xbox. You know, Phil Spencer, come on. Hey, ha ha. They don't give a fuck now. They're all about, they don't care. They hate the fact that Xbox is having a fantastic year with the tobacco, which is Redfall. They are so hell bent on wanting to try to make Xbox be the brands that they can constantly shit on, so much so that they will take a game that is doing overwhelmingly well and try to muck it up to make it seem like this game is not doing what it's supposed to be doing. That is not successful. Your thoughts, Ham?
It's so bad. Look, people keep playing it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how much sense that's making, in my opinion. Oh man, people can't stop playing this bad game.
Right.
Doesn't make any sense. It's silly. It's annoying, but it's what counts as media nowadays. And this is bad not just for Xbox or gaming, but look at the bigger picture. World issues. If this kind of stuff, like if just goofy, if you're seeing this kind of goofy stuff just in gaming, think of what it's like when it comes to policies. When it comes to any sort of thing that helps you live a well-balanced life, laws that get put into place. It may not be these specific journalists right here, but it's the same game. It's the same game. It's the same way to create traffic. This is the news today, folks. But the thing is, it's not news, it's opinions. And the opinions are to get you pissed. That's the point. The point is to piss you off, to get you out of your seat, to get you to click on it. Just to show, it doesn't matter if you share it and say how shitty it is. It's terrible. It's garbage. Don't support these guys. I'm guilty of it too, though. I'm guilty of sharing shit and saying don't support them But what I'm doing is supporting them by giving them the time of day, giving them the reach even further to more people, to people that wouldn't have seen it without me. We perpetuate this as people. We seem to find it cool. I like what Loke said about this specific topic. If we really didn't want it, we'd get it out.
Right. Yep.
But the fact of the matter is that's what people love. Misery loves company. And now misery can travel with you in your pocket. So you can keep up on your misery all day.
All day long.
All day, every day. It don't stop. Rockefeller Records.
That's great. I gotta go back and I gotta read
Go ahead.
I gotta read the super chat from Drawn T. He said, and this is back from my last comment. He's last topic. He said, I don't think Sony could get a publisher. They don't have the money. EA $35 billion, Take-Two $24 billion, Ubisoft $15 billion. That's what they all are worth. Well, I knew Take-Two and EA were out of the equation unless Sony wanted to risk it all. But I did think that maybe that there could be an opportunity for Ubisoft. Now, I don't know.
And that's why I was so hesitant to say Ubisoft. It's because they're huge.
I know they're huge, they're crazy, but I thought they were a little bit less. I thought they were around like
man.
5 billion mark. God damn.
Nah, they probably more expensive than EA.
No, EA's more than them.
Are they?
Yeah.
I'm surprised.
EA is 35 billion. EA is monstrous, man. Like, I mean, you got to think about the
I know
games.
they're big, but I didn't know they were bigger than Ubisoft because I know
Oh,
Ubisoft
yeah.
has like a crazy count of people.
Oh yeah, no, EA is much bigger. I would even argue and say that after ABK, after Activision, you're looking at then probably around you're looking at EA as being second big dog. In a second to big dog. I'm sure that there'll be something that's close to it. Like, I mean, in Take-Two is 24 billion, but EA is like massive. So like, I mean, it's up there. It's like
I don't doubt you on that.
Yeah. So, but yeah. Thank you, Drawn T. I was just reading it, and then I said I was going to go to it, and then I was doing the segue because the segue was just so perfect. But I had to go back and I had to read that. But yeah, no, you're absolutely right. Like, I mean, I was over here thinking like, oh man, the opportunity is there, but I wasn't expecting it to be 15 billion. Holy Nikes. Woo. Anyway. Well, yeah. Hydroverse. Hydroverse. Go pick them up, Sony. Go get them. Go get them. Go get them in Square Enix. And I don't know, somebody else. Because I mean also Capcom made it clear that they're not up for sale for anybody. So, you know, it is what it is. But but okay, here's another one here too, Ham. Okay, so this person posted this, and I'm just kind of like, what? What he said, Starfield never stood a chance.
Real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Do you I want you to try to tie this up as soon as quick so we can get back to what you're trying to get to.
Okay.
Do you think Bandai Namco is anywhere?
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
No.
I was just saying, your beloved Tekken.
Hell no. Sony ain't taking it up. Well, no, because Namco is getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
It is.
So yeah, it's not. Yeah, no.
And they're doing just fine.
They're doing just fine, just like Capcom is right now. Just like that's what I'm saying. Like now, Koei Tecmo. That could be an opportunity for Sony.
That's actually a good point right there.
I mean, I would like Xbox to get them, but Koei Tecmo could be on that list or something like that. That would be great. Like, I mean, that would be great for Sony. They would finally get a fighting franchise like Dead or Alive, and then of course Ninja Gaiden, and then just all those the Dynasty Warriors that those miss you games, they'll go perfect with Sony.
It's very Sony.
That's
Very
very Sony.
early day Sony.
Yeah, very, very Sony. So that could be a possibility. So I mean, Sony's going to get a couple of studios. It's just what's the best fit for them. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It is. CD Projekt Red would probably be their cream of the crop. I think Sony is not even really caring about Square Enix anymore.
No.
I think the writing will be on the wall after we see what happens with Rebirth. If Rebirth doesn't do well, or I wouldn't say Rebirth is going to do well. Final Fantasy Rebirth is going to do well, but is it going to do better than Final Fantasy VII remake numbers? I don't know. I don't know. And if it doesn't do that, then it goes back to what I'm saying. I think that there's a Final Fantasy fatigue out there. I really do think so. And then there's also Final Fantasy purists that looks at Final Fantasy as not Final Fantasy anymore. Like they're looking at it as like, this is not my Final Fantasy. Y'all are making this more like a hack and slash, making it all these accessibilities where people could just go through with one button and just beat a game. I don't like that shit. No, I want turn-based. Give me what I've known Final Fantasy to be. I think that and then of course the $70 price tag. I think all of those things are culminated in one. But we'll see. Pyro in the chat, he says Sony could invest further into Epic. That's right. I did read you say that. You were absolutely right. That could be something that makes a lot of sense, and it can go also to what King David is also saying, being an app.
It's actually smart.
Because they do have some stock into Epic, and it just doesn't make sense why Sony doesn't. They have a launcher, but it's half-ass. It would be so smart for them. They're losing so much money. Me and Mooch had this discussion, and Mooch was thinking that this strategy was absolutely sound and smart for them to hold these games off. PC gamers are not. If you have a PC, a high-end PC, or even a mid-range PC, you might buy a PlayStation or an Xbox or a Nintendo Switch, but you're not buying all three. And if you know what I'm saying, but they would rather play their games on their preferred platform, on their preferred thing, and that is PC. Like that's what they want to play it on. So why not give it to them? You could charge that $70. They'll make the choice of waiting until it's 60, or if that game is what they want enough. Because like, just think if Spider-Man was day one on day one everywhere, on PlayStation and on PC, that shit would rake. That shit would rake heavy. I'd buy it.
It would, but in my opinion, they don't even need to do that. They just need to make it accessible everywhere. Right. Not exactly accessible on PlayStation or Nintendo. Just like that shit needs to be like they need to quit pussyfooting around day and date on PC.
Right.
Real shit.
Right.
Like they need to quit with that. They need to hurry up and get that launcher out there, and they need to make an app for phones. Yeah. If they're really serious about being out there and wanting people to pay and play and keep them concurrent numbers going, they need to quit forcing people on this box. It just is what it is today. The gaming space is ran by mobile right now. Mobile is ahead of the game 100%. So get your shit on mobile. Get your shit on the PC, and then I feel like a lot of your problems are solved.
A ton of them. A ton. So go to Epic and start putting your games on Epic in the Epic store. That would be smart as hell. Like if you don't want to use that app and you don't want to spend the money and the resources to do that, you can sit there and work and get to a position to where you can get your games on Epic. That's fine. Will you get Steam players to jump on? Some, not all, because Steam players are primarily Steam players. I mean, you know what I'm saying? They prefer the Steam app over everything else on PC, but it's still a start. Like, and you're wasting money You're sitting there you waiting. I get it, right? Like when Ghost of Tsushima comes on PC, I'm going to get it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I want to see it at its best. When The Last of Us 2 comes on PC, I'll get it again. I'll get both. You know what I'm saying? I'll get them again. But I'm not. But see, that's the question. You're gonna get those games out there, and those games will be $50 or $60. Well, I'm not paying $50 or $60 because I've already had those experiences. I just want to play those games to make them, see what they look like at their best. So I'll wait till they drop to 30. You know what I'm saying? And then when you wait 2 or 3 years to drop those games, PC gamers look at that as saying, look, that's a slight on us. You don't care about us like that? This is how you feel about us? Hell with it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now, if you wait 6 months to maybe a year, PC gamers I don't think care that much. But when you wait 2 or 3 years, then it comes to that situation. See, not every game is going to get the same love as like God of War or Spider-Man did. Look at what happened with Horizon Dawn. Horizon Dawn had a good launch, but then on top of that, it had it was broken, and so it went word to mouth, and so people didn't buy it. Now that shit is like what you can buy when it goes on sale. This is like $4. You know what I mean? So like I don't know. I don't know what Sony is thinking. Like Sony's ass backwards when it comes to that. Xbox was way ahead hell of a game when it came to that.
I mean, you can just see, in my opinion, that they're just really proud. They're really proud, and they're kind of like the grandpa that knows that there's a better way, but they don't want to do it that way because that's not the right way, right? That's not the Sony way,
right,
or whatever. So they're just kind of grumpy, and sure they'll wind up doing it, right? Like grandpa's gonna go to the home regardless of whether you like it or not. You're going to the home, right?
Right. Yeah.
But
yeah.
Right. So I mean, you're just doing it now, kicking and screaming, and the longer you take to do this, the bigger of a mess it's gonna create. So, as you say, K Mega, you just come to the throat needle and just deal with it.
Just do it. Just do it. You're slowly doing it. Just do it. Just stop bullshitting. Just do it.
Yes, quit toe dipping.
Yeah. Drawing T in the chat. He said, "Sorry, I made a mistake, guys. I thought Ubisoft was 15 billion. They are 4 billion." Okay, because I thought they were less than that, but
wow.
Okay, so they are affordable. Sony can get them. Sony can make that move. Now,
so there you go.
It still would be very expensive for them because, of course, the Sony pictures and stuff like that. Like it's not just PlayStation, but if they wanted to risk it all and kind of do a gotcha to Xbox, like with getting some Activision games on the cloud and then promoting their cloud service, PlayStation's cloud service, and then kind of stick it to everybody. Because I mean, if they could, they would definitely make a Splinter Cell, and that shit's exclusive to PlayStation. That's a win. Division's exclusive to PlayStation. Whatchamacallit would not be exclusive. I still think that they want to generate as much money as possible. Rainbow Six, that would be on everything. But Rayman,
man, no more Sam Fisher then. No more Sam Fisher.
Nope, that'd be Sony's. Listen, man, you know what I'm saying? That would make me buy a PlayStation. That would make me buy a PlayStation. Because then if they wanted to play games and hold out on some Division 3, because that's already been announced, I'm gonna be pretty pissed. And I'm like, damn it. And then I would have to risk it all and go get me a PlayStation 5 or a PlayStation 5 Pro or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, I got to give me some Division in. But I think that they would put that on PC because you want to maximize your dollars on those type of games, right? So you would want to at least put that. But Xbox ain't getting that. Xbox ain't getting no Division. Like I'm just thinking, like if they wanted to go for so Ubisoft is in play. I think Ubisoft is definitely in play. I would say Sony risk it all. Let's make this as fun as possible. Anyway, let's make it as fun as possible. I like to see how this would play out. Anyway, back to this topic. Okay, so this guy posted this crazy shit, right? Like, so he said Starfield should never stood a chance. So they keep on talking bad about Starfield, and so Starfield in this list is number 9 on this list, right? But as you can see, you don't see anything else. He just took the screen, chopped it up, and then just wanted to make it look like Starfield is falling to what they are now claiming is well, that don't even see, and this shows you how old this is because hold on, wait a minute. Where's Baldur's Gate 3? Oh, there it is, right there. It's number 5, right? So anyway, so this is stuff, but he ain't showing this. So I said, okay, you know what? Since you want to post this, let me go ahead and just look at these numbers. So I did this last night, right? And so I went in there and I posted my thing right here. Oh yeah, we're gonna cook them. Hold on, because I don't. Let's see. Let me go ahead and chop this up because I save a couple of things, right? All right, let's go ahead and get there because let's see. Where'd it go? I actually want to kind of show this chick here, like, oh my god. Anyway, where did it go? Where did I put that at? I probably didn't save it. I probably just put it on my thing. Let's see. Oh hell, this is everybody else's stuff. Why the hell is it on? Oh, because I didn't put it on my picture. Sorry guys, I still don't know how to use Twitter X. Okay, here we go. Should come right here. All right, here we go. All right, there we go.
Dang,
so-
man, you taking that. Man, what you doing to that RX-7?
What did I do? What did I do?
Driving it off the side of a mountain. God
Oh
damn.
yeah, bro. That thing took it slipped on me. It slipped on me. I the controls. I said, oh shit. That turn was. I was trying to do a pretty turn to kind of go past them to make a maneuver.
It's pretty ugly.
Yeah, no. That's why I had to reset that, man. I had to reset that. But you know, I'm a real gamer. I'll show you my wins and my fails. It's what it is. Okay, so anyway, so I just went ahead and I said, look, let's just go through here and let's just legitimately just look at this because obviously the last thing that I showed you seemed a little suspect, right? Like since everybody's trying to say that Starfield is not doing not doing, it's going down, it's failing, right? So when I looked at this, I posted this and it said top sellers, top 100 selling games right now by revenue. This was yesterday. And as you can see, Starfield is number 6. It's down 5, but it's in the top 10. It's outperforming Mortal Kombat 1. You know what I'm saying? It's also outperforming. Look, and this is a $70 game that's that's outdoing Cyberpunk that's going to be releasing for people who hasn't picked up Cyberpunk or Liberty.
Hey, keep in mind this game is on Game Pass day 1 as well.
Absolutely, that was going to be my other thing too.
And on PC on PC Game Pass.
Right, and it's on PC Game Pass. It's on Xbox Game Pass, but yet it's still it's in the top 10 of, you know what I'm saying, by revenue, right? That's impressive. So I went ahead and I said, well, let's go ahead and see about most played because they're saying that people ain't playing Starfield. I've seen the stands coming out here and saying, yo, what happened to the Starfield hype? Bruh, what's going on here? Look, so again, I did this yesterday. Top 100 played games. Starfield's 4th. You know what I'm saying? It's getting beat by a game like Baldur's Gate 3, which is a phenomenon. It has always been like a PC game. You know what I'm saying? This is the 3rd entry. So think about that for a second. This is a first-time game from Bethesda. This is their first entry into going into doing a game out of space. This is a brand new IP for them. You know what I'm saying? And it's being outdone by 2 free-to-play games. Think about that. Dota and Counter-Strike are god tier on PC. Baldur's Gate is in its 3rd entry. What's next? A brand new IP. Stop frauding the public, people. Stop frauding the public. Stop it. You know what I'm saying? Stop it. Ham, your thoughts about this as I'm showing this evidence right here. After somebody was over here, after so many stands out here has been trying to say that Starfield is not generating any buzz anymore. It's done. Nobody's not playing it. Look at these numbers. Look at this shit. This was just from yesterday, yesterday evening. Your thoughts?
I think it's very impressive. As I just got done interrupting you to say, it's also on PC to play from Game Pass. And that's a place where you don't have to even pay for the whole game. So imagine what the numbers would be if Starfield wasn't on Game Pass and you only could purchase it through Steam. Imagine what let me go on ahead and take Baldur's Gate. Imagine what Baldur's Gate's numbers would be looking like if it was in Game Pass compared to it not being available on Game Pass on Steam. Here. Do you see what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean, what I'm trying to say, if you haven't caught it yet, is there's a whole lot of numbers missing. I'm just saying there's a lot of numbers that are missing there. And if they just got done saying Starfield surpassed 10 million players, there's got to be a lot of numbers missing there.
Yes.
So I don't know where these people are getting they drugs from, but they are high out of their mind if they think that there's no hype for this game still at this point. I go to Twitter right now, or X, or whatever the hell you want to call it. I don't gotta scroll too far before I run into somebody playing Starfield. Just a couple whips of that little slider, that little roll thing in the middle of your mouse. Starfield. Oh, Sony having some issues. Starfield. Nintendo, Spider-Man, Starfield. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
You can't tell me that. And sure, that's my Twitter. You could use that argument, but how about your own?
Right.
Is Starfield still bothering you? If it's still bothering you, it's still popular. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's just like somebody saying LeBron ain't nobody. He's still bothering you, and he's still in the NBA.
Yep.
He's something.
Yep.
You don't I mean, I'm not even a LeBron fan, but I ain't stupid.
Yeah.
I ain't stupid. I know that there ain't a team in the league that want to go up against that man.
Well, not against these Lakers this time. They're looking solid. They're coming up in this season.
It doesn't matter if LeBron is playing with he got on his squad like a king of spades from a deck card, a screwdriver, a couple nails, and a water bottle. That's his team. Other teams still don't want to play LeBron. You know what I'm saying? Like, LeBron is a menace out there. And I get it that, like, yeah, all jokes aside, but I'm just saying, like there's a reason why Starfield was above Spider-Man upon its release. It's because it's popular. It was popular before it came out. So to say now that it's not popular and you're showing that it's in the top 10 and it's not the only platform you can play off of the PC, you're playing yourself. You're literally playing yourself. That's it, K-Meg. I'm done.
No, you're fine. You're fine. No, you're absolutely fine. You know what I'm saying? I mean, while y'all was over here talking bad about me saying I was driving drunk because you see, there's no tracker where on the, you know, like that tells you when you have to brake and all that. And I don't know if y'all seen it, but I took off the driver assist. So yeah, when I got in that Mazda and I kind of lost it. That's okay, because I had to get adjusted to the controls.
Okay,
but I had, you know what I'm saying? Look how that boy driving, man. Look how he driving, boy. You know what I'm saying? You don't see no lines or nothing, boy. I'm a real one. I don't do no rewind. I don't do that garbage. You know what I'm saying? You don't rewind in life. You fall your ass off a cliff, you done, Jack. So, you know, I had to pay the price on that one, but that's okay. Y'all over clowning me for that. But anyway, I don't know, man. They just don't want Xbox to be great. They just doesn't. And then all the competitive stuff that they wanted to do, that they've been asking for Xbox to do, Xbox is doing it, but tenfold. Is what you said to me earlier, Ham. Xbox has a roadmap. We don't know what PlayStation's roadmap is. Nintendo has a roadmap. But for the first time, and I would say maybe 10 years, Xbox has a roadmap now. It isn't the wait till E3. It isn't because I don't think anybody. I mean, everybody enjoys the whole E3 or the events and stuff like that. But there is a roadmap. Xbox has presented it to you. There's a long list of games. I mean, that list of games that Xbox showed you from the leaks, that was just Bethesda ZeniMax games only. That's not from everything else that they have down the pipe that we know of. There's still stuff that we don't even know that's going to be coming that they're going to announce here in the upcoming months and year. They have a roadmap. We see it. It's for the first time, and I would say in about 10 years. PlayStation roadmap is what? A few games that we do always know that they're gonna come and drop. But again, they constantly look. If you're going to start pumping out games every couple of years, like you did with God of War, like you did with Horizon Forbidden West, like you did with Gran Turismo 7, isn't that going to diminish that quality that PlayStation gamers always talk about? Quality, because what you're going to do is give us some polish. But how much innovation will those games have if you're going to pump out those same first-party titles? Because what you were telling us about Halo, Gears, and Forza is that there's not enough time in the kitchen, not enough time in the oven for those games to cook. And if you look at the gap between The Last of Us from The Last of Us 2, that was a big ass gap. Ain't no PlayStation gamer gonna wait that long for another Ghost of Tsushima. They might wait for another couple of years for, a little bit longer for Horizon Forbidden West because it didn't sell ideally. But they're going to have to pump out these games more often. That roadmap looks really weird. That's why they're trying to go into this space of changing and saying, look, we got to do games as a service so we can give these other developers time to make these games, to keep these innovations and keep things, as PlayStation quality. If they don't do that, then what you doing? So I don't know, man. Xbox is in a really, really fantastic position. Better than I think it's ever been. And we're just in the very first year of seeing what Xbox can do. And I think this is considered to be a light year in the sense of content-wise. I don't know if you agree with me on that, but I think this is a great year, but this is the start of some real heavy shit that's going to be happening from Xbox here on out. I don't think this train is going to stop now. I think this thing is chugging and it's finally get some speed, and it's not in full gear yet, but it's on. I think by 2024 it's full throttle and it ain't stopping. You agree with me or you disagree?
Yeah, I mean, I for the most part agree. I'm just waiting for like maybe I'm not even waiting for it anymore. Maybe the cadence is here already. You said you're waiting until 2024, but I think you're more or less waiting for confirmation.
Right.
You're waiting to make sure that you did hit winter, spring, and here we are in fall, and you just hit me again.
Yeah.
So I personally think we're already at that spot, as long as, because I mean I've never seen Phil Spencer so excited than I've seen him when he was at Gamescom.
Right.
At Gamescom, he was risking it all. He was telling everybody everything. Like, you what you want to know, bruh? He laid it all out there for Destin in that interview. And I thought I thought it was pretty amazing. He touched upon a lot of different things that we were thinking and some of the future things that we need to know. You know, they're still, really trying hard out in Japan and stuff like that. Like the whole thing that makes it just kind of rough between this whole Xbox and Sony, like fight for like what is it for like IPs or whatever you want to call it, content war or whatever you want to say.
Mhm.
Is it just seems that this generation Xbox, they're just listening and reacting, and not everything has been the best. No, not they haven't listened as close as some people wish they would have. Um, but the thing is we can acknowledge that they heard some stuff and are fixing some stuff. I don't feel like we're getting that same feeling from Sony, where it's just like you have their biggest fans that you're seeing on Twitter saying, "Where's this? Where's that? When is anything coming out? Are these are these gas games really all that we have to look forward to next year?" Like as you were saying, the roadmap was so detrimental, right? For Xbox, they finally got something that you can actually look up and have and see. The thing about that is we've kind of known about this roadmap, other than the whole Activision Blizzard thing. We've known about this roadmap for quite some time.
Right.
We've just we were just waiting for the tree to get some fruit on it, right? We're waiting to see this stuff. The thing for Sony, we knew about what Sony was coming out with: God of War, Horizon, Ratchet and Clank, Spider-Man, Wolverine, supposedly. Well, the difference between Xbox and Sony in this situation is a lot of Xbox's stuff hasn't came out yet, and almost all of PlayStation stuff came out. So what we're left with on Xbox is still looking towards Fable, still looking towards Avowed, still looking towards Hellblade, still looking towards some of these unknown IPs,
Stalker
South
2.
of Midnight, stuff like
Mhm.
that. They may have been slow to deliver some of the things like Starfield, Redfall. We didn't know about Hi-Fi Rush. They fumbled around a little bit with Halo. But the problem kind of relies in what I said earlier with UK Mega. Each of the platforms has had a down year and a good year, a down year and a good year. Xbox has set themselves up to now have 2 good years in a row. Sony, on the other hand, we're cringing at the last at the last showcase, full blown showcase that they had. We Most of us know Spider-Man's going to be good, but then it's just like I don't know about the Burger Game. I don't know about this, game from what was it, Sony Bend,
Yeah.
the shooting heist game. I don't know about that. Like usually you would anticipate hearing something other than what you already know about. But that's all they showed us was what we already know about as the meat and potatoes, which is Spider-Man. Marathon, no clue when that's coming out.
Right.
Burger Game, no clue when that's coming out or even what it is. The Ben game with the high stuff, not sure when that's coming out either, but a lot of people aren't even sure if they're interested.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Like the future has not been painted very well, or at least in detail, to be able to make some sort of assessment on what Sony has down the line. Sure, Herman Holst, right before the Sony showcase, said, "I really like what I'm seeing at Sony Santa Monica, but then we hadn't heard anything since. The only thing that we've known that we heard of that was really important was the Last of Us factions
Right.
being disapproved by Bungie, which they're not even in charge of it. They might be now.
Yeah, I think they might be on. They might be in charge now. Yeah.
They might be now, but that kind of tells you, just that tells you that they're kind of lost over there. They're kind of, they're still, they're having a hangover from the PS4 celebration. And sure, everybody already said I RSVP'd for the PS5. I got you. I'm with you. But people are showing up on the PS5 saying, where's the DJ? I thought there was a party here. I thought there was things to do. I thought we was, swinging off of ropes into the pool and,
Yeah.
bonfiring it up. Everybody, drinking and smoking and
Yep.
chilling. But
we should already have foam stars. You know what I'm saying? Just for the bubbly and a good time. We got to wait for that.
He said, well, we got the bubbly, but what are we drinking to?
What's our celebration? You know what I'm saying? I mean, that don't come until a month from now. So
I'm just really interested, and maybe it's kind of like the same situation that I'm thinking. Maybe they are like, conspiracy theorists in me saying maybe they are holding their, cards close to them. Maybe they're waiting for, because Sony does like to do that too. Let's keep that in mind. Sony does like to play the cards close to the chest. So maybe they're waiting for Spider-Man to take over whatever popularity that they think, and then announce like a plethora of games for the next few years. That's my best bet.
Let me ask you this question, quickly, because then we go to our last topic and get out of here. What if
it's gonna be a 3-hour podcast?
I know, we're going long, man. I was trying to say like 2 hours, but yeah, but no, it's a good conversation. But okay, quickly, your thoughts about what if this ABK deal happens, gets officially done?
Haven, thank you, Big Mad Mo.
What
were you saying, K-Mag? I'm sorry, I was reading something.
What if this ABK deal gets officially done around the same time that Spider-Man comes out? Do you think that they'll kill some buzz on Spider-Man? Will that kill some buzz?
I don't think so.
You think? Okay.
I don't think it'd kill buzz for Spider-Man as much as it just raised buzz for Xbox.
But what if like Xbox can pull off putting like all the older Call of Duties out on Game Pass around that same
Mad
time?
disrespectful. Mad disrespectful. All right, that might kill a little bit of buzz. I mean, like if they announce that the deal is done, it's kind of like a shoulder shrug, right?
Right. Okay.
It's like, oh, that's nice. I'm gonna go play Spider-Man now. But now, if they drop some of them Call of Duty games the same day that it drops, and then says something silly like,
man,
can you wait for Modern Warfare 3 to hit Game Pass? Then goddamn.
My God.
Goddamn. You know what it would be?
What?
Xbox's destroyed game, and
bro,
they destroyed my Spider-Man.
Bro. That would be hot off the press news. I mean,
that would be so like.
I think that would douse a little fire.
Stick.
It wouldn't douse the fire completely because Spider-Man's going to be massive, right? But man, if Xbox get that, man, I think that Xbox is on that wavelength right now. I really do, honestly. So I don't know, man. But do you have anything else that you wanted to add about this topic before we move on? Get out of
no,
here.
we gotta move on because I gotta get moving.
Yeah, you gotta get your kid. I got you. Okay, all right. So, and this is only going to be a quick cooking because I just didn't understand this. I
already know where you're going.
Yeah, I'm gonna get to it right now. Hold on, let's get to it. Boom. All right, here we go. I want you people to see this, right? And I'm perplexed. I'm very perplexed because we have the PlayStation 5, we have the PlayStation 4, we got the Series S and X, you have the Nintendo Switch, and you have Steam. All of these consoles and platforms are highly capable, right? Metal Gear Solid, 1080p, 30 frames per second. Let me repeat that again. For everything, Metal Gear Solid is 30 frames per second, 1080p. That's it. Locked. Locked. Now, Metal Gear Solid 2, Sons of Liberty, and Metal Gear Solid 3, Snake Eater, they will be 1080p 60 on everything except for the Nintendo Switch, which will be 720p in handheld mode and 30 frames per second on TV mode. I think the life of the Switch is definitely showing its age. It's tragic out there. Now, again, you're probably saying, well, Mega, you say you don't care about 30 frames per 60. No, I don't. But if you're going to charge me, and I believe it's $60 for these games, I damn sure demand for these games to be enhanced to the massive to their greatest of abilities. This to me is a lazy ass port. I'm disgusted by it. And now from when I was thinking like this is day one, or well, not day one, it wasn't day one because Naruto Connections is coming out around the same time. This was a definite buy to now I'm like, you know what? I might not even deal with it whatsoever. What's your thoughts about this, Ham?
I still kind of want to play it. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be there day one for it, just because I mean, goodness gracious. But I mean, I just didn't get to. It makes me like really wonder because I already own the collection on my PS3, and I'm wondering if it's even worth. If I'm wondering if it's even worth because I'm gonna be sitting in the same spot that I could be playing my PS3 to play it. The only difference would be is I'm using an Xbox controller or a PS5 controller. I'm not using a Switch. I'm just using an Xbox or a PlayStation controller compared to a PS3 controller. I'm not sure if I'm gonna run out and buy it, but I definitely want to see reviews and stuff for this port, and I want to see it specifically compare and contrast it to others and see if it's running better or worse or just absolutely terrible. It really shouldn't. It really shouldn't. Based on what they're giving us, it should run like a dream for what they're, for the options that they're giving us, right?
Mhm.
Because of the hardware. I mean, the Switch should be able to manhandle this
Right.
game.
Right.
So if the Switch can do it, it's just what's so wild about this situation is that it feels like you're just kind of doing the lowest common denominator and then saying that that's as good as we're gonna make it. The lack of just putting forth the effort to make it just a little bit more worth because they're gonna charge. I mean, I'm curious, how much is it? Can you because you can pre-order it or now, can't you?
Yeah. You can pre-order it right now. Get it right now.
What is it, like 50?
I think it's like 60.
I don't know, man. Mr. Joanna Dark, I'm really curious.
Yeah,
I
$60.
mean, I know you're a diehard Metal
$60.
Gear guy. I
Mm-hmm.
know Mr. Joanna Dark in the chat's a diehard Metal
Yeah, I
Gear
say
guy.
he's getting it on
But I
PC. Yeah.
but I'm really wondering how somebody like himself feels about this. Like if he's just like, oh, it's Kojima, I'm getting it and I'm gonna absolutely love it, or yo, I'm really into Kojima. I like that they're doing this, but I'm slightly confused as to why they use such little, or like sure, they don't need to change the story or anything at all. I think that's what makes it really good.
Right.
But like you didn't even like you barely even upres, right? You better you barely even gave it the ability to like kind of be different than its predecessors in the sense of collections that you had for like the PS3. I'm interested. Anyways,
Yeah.
go okay, mate. Go on ahead
I
while
don't.
he unless he is here or not. I don't know.
I'm done with it. I don't care. I don't care. I'm not getting it until it's at an affordable price. With those type of stats. Like, listen, I mean, this stuff would, what I'm saying, if this was coming out on the Xbox One, PlayStation 4, I'd get it. We're talking about the Series X and S. We're talking about the PlayStation 5. We're talking about PC. Well, even let's scratch out the PC. No, absolutely not. I'm not buying this until it gets 15-20 bucks. I'm not worried about it.
You see that super chat?
Let me see. Oh yeah, from Drawing T. He said, hey, did you guys hear when you go to the Xbox store to buy old COD, it says it's free with your subscription. That was news today, brother. It has begun. It has begun. It has begun. This is gonna get crazy.
Well,
This is gonna get real crazy.
well, if that's true, then I'm on my Xbox right now. I might as well just go on ahead and try out his. I have
Yeah,
most of the Call of Duties. I really
yeah, me
gonna have
too.
to
So
figure out
yeah, yeah.
which one I don't have. Let's see the original Black Ops. I'll pull that one up.
Okay.
I don't think I have that. I don't. It. Yeah, I don't see it saying free, bro.
You got to explain it where it was. Come on now, don't be coming in here capping now. You know what I'm saying? You gotta let us know. You gotta know where that information came from.
It is weird though. My Xbox won't even show me like
But
what
yeah,
the
which
hell is
ones are
going on
free?
here.
That's yeah, which Call of Duties is free? So that's the question.
Every time I try to pull up Call of Duty, it kills my app. Very interesting.
Something's cooking. So and also it's according now some of those things do happen as well that where if like let's say he's in the East Coast, right? Like we're both in the central part of the country. We usually get shit later. You know what I'm saying? Like you know what I'm saying? I'm in Oklahoma, you're in Iowa, I believe. Like unfortunately, we're not gonna get that shit before people on the East Coast and West Coast does. So that could be something to where somebody could see that and they're on the bigger side of the coast. And so for us, we just gotta wait. So, but if you're saying something's cooking over there, it, it's a man. Like I said, get ready. This is gonna be funny. He said, speaking of free, I gotta see what Epic Games are here this week. I know, and I gotta get ready to get my Humble Bumble games for this month. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do my thoughts
Yeah, it
video.
says 1607 for Black Ops
Okay.
3. For Black Ops 2, it says I can install, which is interesting, but I think but I own the disc. I think the disc is in the console right now.
Okay,
So,
so yeah, you can install. Yeah, if you already have it, then yeah. See, and that's the problem for me too. Like I own damn near every COD that there is. I would have to get. There's only a few that I don't have. So I'm wondering which ones would be free. And if
yeah, I
the
don't know.
yeah, like I mean, because I got World at War. Like I said, I got them. I think I might not have Black Ops 1. I think that's the only one that, and I used to own it. I had it on disc, but I don't. But like since I've gone
Same.
digital, I'm saying I don't have that digitally. So I'll go back and I'll check. I'll turn on the box and find out, and then I'll definitely let people know on X Twitter here today, and I'll talk about it in my thoughts video tomorrow. But we're gonna have to get out of here, man. I'm saying Ham's got to take care of some things. Drawn T said, "I'm just saying what Boomstick was reading today." Oh, okay, well. Well, Boomstick is in New York, so I could see that those things could come a little bit earlier, and maybe he has some inside track of getting that information beforehand. But we'll keep you posted for sure. You know what I'm saying? So it is. Emmanuel confirmed that it's free. Which one? He said, I just loaded the COD remake from the Xbox app. It's real. Emmanuel said the COD remake. Which remake? Which one? The first one? I mean the latest one, like Modern Warfare 2 or Modern Warfare 1? Is he talking about Modern Warfare? That's big. That's just recent. Hold on. He said, where did he get it from? From the Xbox app. You're gonna make me go look. Okay, hold on. Let me take some of this stuff out.
Yeah, I'm interested in what they're talking about. I don't see anything here.
Okay. I'm gonna go look right now. I'm gonna go right now and check it out. Hold on. Yeah, you can sit there, look and check it out. Hold on. Let me go ahead and look and see if I can find it. What did you do? Just type in Call of Duty?
That's what I did. I just typed in Call of Duty and I didn't find shit for free.
Seeing anything free but see, hold on, let me go to games. Where's it at? Games, or he said Modern Warfare remake and remaster now. Hold on, what?
Everything costs me money.
What the hell it is? You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking that could be, it could be a regional thing. It's happening out where they are, and it's not here yet. Because I'm looking at, but you're saying remake, and I'm trying to, oh, you said 2019. Okay, all right, let's see. That's what I'm trying to think of. Okay. Yeah, it's not even showing me all the Call of Duties, which tripping me out. Like, hold on, where are we at? I'll look more into it and try to figure it out because
Yeah.
because it's not. No, damn it, I hit the wrong one. Wait, that's Call of Duty Warzone. Matter of fact, let me just show it to where I'm at. Okay, so you can see this. Call of Duty Warzone. It's Black Ops. Black Ops 3. Okay, here's Modern Warfare right here. It says view game. All right, let's see. But see, I own it. Now it does say this. It does say Modern Warfare installed, but it says I own this though, because I do own it. Interesting. Interesting. Because it says it right here. Hold on, let me open this up a little bit.
Which one are you looking at?
Right here, it says right here. I open it up a little bit. It says it right here. It says install, but see, I own that already. So, but Emmanuel is saying he said he did it on his phone, and he said that he said it's for real.
But you can pre-download things from your phone.
But but see again, but it said, I mean, but see, that's what I'm saying. Like, I own it, but I don't know. People go and check out the Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019 and see if you can unsub, because Emmanuel, and then of course he said the Boomstick said this, and then DJ is not going to, you know what I'm saying? I mean, TJ is not going to come in here and just lie. So, you know what I'm saying? Like,
No, I don't think anybody's lying. I mean, they could be seeing something that we ain't.
So, you know what I'm saying? But all right, take care, Duke. But yeah, we're going to get ready to get out of here. But go check it out, people. Because I mean, we see here, you see the digital standard edition or whatever that says it's 1979. But I own this already, so I don't know. Go check it out. Go see if you could download it. Let us know. If I go and I look, when I turn on the box and I see if I could find it that way or whatever, because I'm through the app. But and it may be through the Xbox app on your phone. So I don't know. But I'm doing this through the PC, so I don't know. But anyway, guys, Ham Solo, let everybody know where they can find you at. All that good stuff, man.
Yeah, definitely. We're gonna be doing this show again, or we do it every Monday. But make sure you go check it out on my channel. That's gonna be there next week. Me and K Mega will be over there on TSWS Gaming. I just spammed it 3 times in the chat. So if you're in the chat and you ain't subscribed to the channel, go on ahead and hit that subscribe button over there so you don't miss our next show. I also do other shows on that channel. Tomorrow I got a show with Loke. Me and him are going to be talking about a bunch of stuff. I bet he's gonna be on the complete opposite end of Metal Gear Solid from our conversation that we just had here on K Mega's channel. Yeah, he's gonna be capping for it. So if you want to hear some prime BS about Metal Gear Solid, make sure you tune in for Loke tomorrow and me, and I'll be over there telling him. And I don't know. So but yeah, we got that, and then on Thursday I got another interview with another individual of the gaming community. Let me pull up to see which one I got this time. This time it's a Baron from Level 1 Gaming coming up this Thursday. So that should be a good show. And then Friday we do bullsitting with me, Low Cozy Beluga, Matt Likes Games, and a guest that we choose throughout the week. So just make sure you go over there, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell if you want to be reminded of whenever I go live, or better yet, hit the bell to be notified whenever the crossover goes live. Monday, 1 p.m., the Lord's time.
Let's go. I would say this because I do own Cold War as well, but this is showing the price. So that is different. That is different because I own Cold War and I also own Call of Duty 2019. And it was saying you can just get ready to install, but it also said at the bottom that I owned it. Well, I do own Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. So go check it out. Go pick that up. That story was absolutely phenomenal. I played the hell out of Black Ops. Out of Call of Duty 2019. So yeah, if it's there, go do that. But anyway, yeah, K-Mega 405, man, I will be doing my thoughts video tomorrow. I do appreciate you guys coming through today. GRG podcast Friday night. I will be streaming some Mortal Kombat on Twitch because I can't really stream Mortal Kombat on YouTube because they're tripping on that now for whatever reason. And yeah, man, me get Don together so we can do Devin the Gamer hopefully sometime this week. Go hit him up. If not, we'll definitely be doing it sometime next week. But yeah, come and check out all the content. Really do appreciate it. And then of course Thursdays I will be on Xbot 448's channel doing the next podcast. So man, really do appreciate it. Until next time, guys. See you on Ham Solo channel doing the crossover next Monday. We out. Peace.